All right. Keldon giving Wimby a pep talk real quick.
Let's go, baby. The highly anticipated Game 5 here, folks. Be jumping on here right as the game starts.
JB Ball Talk.
Hopefully some people trickle in here. So Jared McCain here starting for OKC. A big lineup change. Of course, Cason Wallace was starting last game. So first start for McCain here. He dropped 20 in Game 3 in that win for OKC, but didn't do much last game. I think that's really going to be the key to the game, Ben, this series. Is going to be those OKC role players and that bench who can step up. And how are these refs going to call the game tonight? Castle touches the paint, kicks it out to Fox for three. He's short. Chet with the rebound. Who's going to come out with a little more energy here early, Ben?
I don't know, man. I mean, OKC needs to because they lost that last one, I feel like. But the Spurs, if they match it, they can make this a game and possibly try to close it out in 6. Here we go. We got McCain in the lane. Tries to get to Holmgren cutting through, but it's a turnover. Going to Vassell. Kicks out to Champagny on the break. Champagny misses off the back rim, but gets another clean look off of Fox. Offensive rebound. Kicks it, swings around, gets kicked around back to Fox, around to Castle. Pick and roll with Wimby. Castle loses the ball in the lane, just being too sloppy with it right there, turning his back. SGA got the ball, come back the other way. McCain gets his first start here in the playoffs. Going to kick it out to Dort in the corner for 3 over Fox. Going to miss it. Holmgren's going to get the rebound over Wimby, though. Little fadeaway jumper. Holmgren.
Yeah. Both teams struggling a little bit here early. Turnovers were definitely a problem for the Spurs in the first 2 games here in OKC as Vassell misses a 3 there. Jay's bringing up the ball, but huge emphasis on who would bring more energy to start the game. I know both teams want to get started early. Here's McCain on the little fadeaway from the free throw line. No good. So turnover and a brick by McCain to start early. Here come the Spurs. Fox getting in the lane on McCain. Bodied him. Not going to get the call. Misses the layup, but then gets his own rebound. Chet had it, but he stole it from him. Now try to get it to Wimby inside, but good steal from Shea here.
They read that like a book.
They were crowding him. Hartenstein kicks it out to Dort in the corner again. No good. Both teams real tight here early,
Spurs
Ben.
lucky they missed, and Dort missed 2 easy ones in the corner. He usually makes at least one of those.
Stephen Castle, nice hezzy pull up. Got him.
That was nice.
First bucket for the Spurs is a Stephen Castle 3.
Good time for the Spurs there. Needing the Castle to get going early, get that confidence up for threes for sure. Behind? No, I think it's because it's because this is Ed. This is they're just way. I mean, I could take it off.
Well, I guess people are seeing what we're seeing too, but they have a delay. So Chet with another bucket here. So Chet with 2 early buckets here for the OKC Thunder, and here's Fox getting fast down the court. We know he's one of the quickest guards in the league, and he gets down and gets a little runner off the glass to go. 5-4 here early for the Spurs. Shea turns it over inside. Wimby's bringing it down. He turns it over. Back-to-back turnovers by the 2 best players here. Here's Shea bodying Champagny. Tries to step back, going left. Good defense by Champagny. Still takes the jump shot. No good. Fox down to Castle. Back to Fox. Has the open look for 3. Practice jumper off the back of the rim. But both teams struggling with the shooting early here in Game 5. A lot of nerves. Biggest game in the Western Conference Finals in 8 years, Ben, since Golden State and Houston had a Game 5. It was tied 2-2. Here's Hartenstein with the easy dunk in the middle. Good pass from Shea. So Shea's going to try to get to some early spots. He's been watching some film. He's going to try to get to some spots where he knows they're going to crowd him and then try to work off that and get his players involved. Here's Castle getting into the paint. Champagny in the corner early. Need it. Got it. Champagny for 3 in the corner. And, folks, that is huge for the Spurs. They really need to get Champagny going. They need these 3 balls to go down here on the road. It's going to ease things a lot for Wimby and these stars here.
Yeah. Champagny missed that first one, but he makes up for it right there. And then he gets a turnover right there. McCain with the sloppy pass, and Vassell comes back the other way. Gets Champagny for another one off the wing.
Got him,
coach.
Don't let him get in a rhythm early, folks. We know once Julian gets going, the champagne starts falling. We know.
Double kill. Triple kill.
It's actually a triple kill.
It's exactly what the Spurs need.
So up 11-6 right here with the timeout.
So this is 3 games in a row where the Spurs have started off early, taking an early lead on OKC. I know the coach and Shea don't like that. That was a huge emphasis to start this game, was to try to come out with a little bit more energy. But the Spurs have definitely done that. Castle continues to touch the paint, finding Julian on a couple open threes, and it's just going to be huge if they can get their 3-point shooters going, and Julian, Vassell, get Keldon off the bench and get him going as well. McCain, starting him early, but a couple of early mistakes with some turnovers. A little early nerves there. Maybe he's going to calm down here after the timeout, but I do expect to see Caruso in the game after this timeout, Ben. He's been their second leading scorer. He was non-existent last game, but he's been their second leading scorer, averaging, close to over 25 points a game. I know that. So they definitely need him in there, and they need a big night from him in all aspects of the game, not just scoring, but they're going to need him to hit a couple shots. So I expect to see him here coming on this next timeout. McCain looked a little nervous in his first start here in the playoffs. And obviously the big storyline of the Thunder missing A.J. Mitchell and, of course, J-Dub, Julian Williams with the hamstring strain, which they announced today. So it looks like he's going to be done for the remainder of the playoffs, wherever the Thunder end up, whether it's here or in the finals. A.J. Mitchell, who knows if he's going to be back this series, depending on how long this series goes, right? So, but huge loss for the Thunder, losing 2 creators, 2 ball handlers, 2 guys that they were really using to take Shea off the ball and create and try to make things easier within the flow of the offense. But losing those 2 guys, you can see that it's really hurt them. McCain, not much of a ball handler. He can handle the ball, but they don't want to depend on that. And then Caruso, the same thing. So that you'll see those guys come in and handle the ball, but that's really not who they want creating, like, Mitchell and J-Dub would. You see these guys here dressed up as nuns. Obviously a big story in San Antonio where the nuns, that a lot of people felt helped the Spurs win. They were praying over Luke Cornett. So it was pretty cool to see, because San Antonio is like a community family atmosphere, and a lot of people knew those nuns, and word got around the city. So it's like one big family. It was pretty cool. I don't know if these guys are Spurs or they got Spurs jerseys on. So they're trying to bring, I don't know if the nuns ended up making the flight to OKC. I don't know if they got the ability to do that. But
at first I thought it was Thunder fans dressing up as nuns trying to give their team luck.
Yeah,
too.
But it looks like this guy's got a Spurs jersey on.
Yeah, it
so
does look like a Spurs
trying to bring the spirit over to OKC if he can. So, but I'll tell you right now, if Wemby gets going, all the Thunder can do is pray, Ben.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. That's all you can do is pray. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't start. Well, I'm not surprised they didn't start Caruso. I mean, I'm sure they wanted to start Caruso, but they know if they did that, they wouldn't have had much coming off their bench. They got to have something coming off their bench that can really hold down that second unit.
Yeah.
Definitely with Shea going to the bench and stuff at times. So Caruso's going to be that for them. But yeah, I mean, let's see what happens here early. Spurs, coming out hot off that Game 4 victory. I like what I see so far from them. Make this a game.
Go to the sports, man. You gotta go to.
Where I go?
Yeah, no, you're spot on, Ben, with Caruso. You would think that he would start, but I think the coach. Oh, just go to like the search tab and go to the game, and then they'll go to all of it from the game.
Yeah, we can look at some of the early stats right here, and then look at the spread.
But I was surprised that McCain got the start, because I would expect, even though Wallace started last game and they lost, I would expect him to start just because defensively he's a little better. But no Caruso in the game, but we got Jalen Williams in for Hartenstein.
Even Wiggins, but I guess they wanted to go more offensive with Kane.
No changes for the Spurs here.
Changes for there was one change for the
Shea getting in the paint. Yeah, Jalen Williams came in for Hartenstein. Miss here on the layup of Shea. Good defense by Champagny. No call there. So the refs letting him play early. Here's Castle off the pick from Wemby. Cross court. Bad pass from Castle, but luckily Fox was able to recover and gets the runner, but in and out. Thunder with the rebound here. So 11-6, about 7 minutes left. Getting to 7 minutes left here in the first quarter. Thunder trying to get something going. Here's Chet. He's been the only one. Back to McCain.
Didn't want to take it on Wemby right there, though.
Yeah, he's got Wemby guarding him. We know the Wemby effect. Here's Dort. Take it in the lane. Wide open.
And that play was made almost by Chet, too, by being a three-point threat. Dragging Wemby a little bit out there by the free throw line gave Dort that lane to get in the lane and lay it up. So
yeah, and I think the Spurs are going to live with guys like Dort and some of these guys hitting shots, even Caruso.
Oh,
because they
Chet,
don't
you
want
can't
Shea.
let that happen. Champagne just bodied Chet in the low post after driving in on him and hit a layup, man.
Yeah, we've seen that before. Folks aren't scared to go in there when Chet's in there and give him a body and try to finish. So, good defense from the Spurs. What a save by Castle here. Good hustle by Castle. Fox on the break to Champagne for his third three. Got it.
He's already feeling it,
Man.
He missed that first one, hit the next two.
Not
and that's his
a
third.
good look for OKC right now, Ben, to start this game.
Yeah, they gotta hope that the Spurs role players don't keep hitting threes like that. Definitely Pastel and Champagne, because you know they're gonna get the looks out of anybody.
Here comes Caruso and Cason Wallace off that OKC bench. Chet with the fadeaway on the baseline, and he hits. So Chet's feeling it early here. They might want to feed him, get him in some good spots where he can try to attack. Here's Wemby off the look from Champagne. Pump fakes. Back to Champagne in the corner. That's Spurs basketball, but Champagne missed it. Pass up a good shot for a better shot, right? That's Spurs basketball, but Champagne wasn't able to connect in the corner there for three.
I was surprised Wemby didn't take that three right there, trying to get in rhythm, but he did see Champagne in the corner wide open and hit three in a row. So good pass by Wemby there, but
very good sign for San Antonio here. Champagne with an early 11 points.
he did ask for the lob after he passed it. So
yeah, he thought he was going to get the give and go, which probably should have been done. Here's Harper in the game as Caruso, Wallace check in for OKC. Harper checks in for the Spurs for De'Aaron Fox. Keldon Johnson also in the game here for Fazell. Here is Wemby attacking Jalen Williams. Kicks it out to Champagne again for three. No good. So Champagne getting a lot of looks early.
I think that game won, Joel, in the poll. I think most people voted Spurs in 6. I think is what ended up winning it. It wasn't Spurs in 5. I think it was Spurs in 6. So Spurs, showing out right now, have the opportunity to win this game, possibly close it out at home. So let's see what they do.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if the Spurs can win 3 in a row against this Thunder team, that'd be quite the feat.
Yeah, even with their injuries too.
Yeah, the injuries are clearly impacting OKC on the offensive end.
There's Caruso in the corner over Wemby. Oh, man.
So same script, same recipe, same result there for Caruso. So other than game 4, Caruso hits his first 3, and Castle gets the easy lane and misses the bunny.
He missed that layup?
Man,
I thought he made it.
yeah,
I thought he made that.
He totally just smoked that layup. So,
bro, what was that?
Man, I don't know what happened. Even he was surprised that he missed that. But 16-13 early here. Turnover by Shea. Fast break. Harper on the break here. He misses a layup, but Champagne with the follow. And poor effort by the Thunder there as far as getting back on defense.
Yeah, Shea just gave up once Keldon got that rip.
Yeah, they had one player back on defense against the Spurs 3 and nobody else. So poor effort there. Cason Wallace here in the corner. No good. And that's really the story, folks. If OKC's role players aren't hitting shots, it's going to be a long night for them.
Oh, good D there. Harper getting sloppy with the
Castle,
ball.
man.
Castle, I'm sorry. Yeah, Castle getting sloppy with the ball.
We saw this in 1 and 2. Castle getting loose with the ball. He's doing it again here in game 5.
Here in OKC, yeah.
Struggling on the road. Holmgren gets inside. Man, Holmgren really has the touch tonight, so they really need to get him in some spots.
He's being a lot more aggressive, Joel. That's for sure. He's not.
Well, nobody else is, Ben. So he's got it. Somebody's got to. And Chet stepping up right now with an early 8 points for the Thunder as he's attacking. Wemby just kind of let him go there. Didn't attempt to contest, but Chet getting things early, keeping OKC in this game. The Spurs probably should be up a little bit more, but missing some shots here. We got a weather break. We got a storm rolling through over here in San Antonio. So
yeah, we got some thunder rolling through.
We got a chance of thunder rolling through San Antonio, but not so much in the game so far. But we've seen this before. The Spurs got off to a 15-0 start in San Antonio in Game 3, and the Thunder came rolling back and won that game by 15, Ben. So this is not uncommon territory for the OKC Thunder to be down and try to come back. But again, in that game, they did at least have A.J. Williams, and I think they had, they didn't have J-Dub because he was out game 2. But yeah, so he went out at midway through game 2.
Yeah.
But just a tough break right now as far as injuries for OKC. But they have the depth, and this is the reason why you have the depth, so that guys can step up here. But that's really going to be the key storyline, as I had mentioned, Ben, is are there role players going to hit shots here? If we want to go to the Twitterverse, see if we can see some highlights here. You got the stats there. 18-15 early here for the Spurs and Thunder. I think if you're a San Antonio fan, you like this start. I think you're happy with this start, especially seeing Champagny get off to a hot start, because I think, as we've seen throughout the season, a lot of things just flow from there. When those shooters get going early, it just opens up the floor for Castle, Fox, Wemby, and all these guys. And from there, they can just play Spurs basketball and kind of let it flow. So really good sign for the Spurs early as far as Champagny getting going. And I'm pretty sure they've had an emphasis on that all series to hope that he can get going early. Because I feel like when he does, it kind of trickles down from there, Ben.
Yeah, no, big time. Yeah, when the Spurs role players get going, they're really tough to beat, just like OKC. But Spurs for sure, man. They just get the ball rolling. Never know who's gonna hit it. They make the extra pass. And now defense, they're just scrappy, man. They got some scrappy defense. And Castle, Harper's been surprisingly good. I don't really know.
Yeah,
He's been out there. I think so. Vassell been feisty out there.
Yeah, he's been having to guard Shea at times too. And
yeah, so we got another highlight here. This is Vassell coming down.
This is the first bucket of the game.
Yeah,
Steph Castle hitting that three. So Spurs hitting a couple threes early. OKC not so much. We're going to see how that develops throughout the game, because like we saw in game 3, we saw Jalen Williams have a huge game with 18, 19 points. McCain had a huge game with 20 points. Caruso had a huge game. So are these guys ready to step up and do that in this huge game 5? You would think so. At home, that would give them the advantage. They always say role players play better at home as opposed to on the road, right, Ben? So you would expect, and I'm sure the crowd, the coach, and people around the league expect these role players to step up tonight. But you know, it's going to be a huge storyline, because it looks like that the Spurs role players are ready to play. And I think you mentioned it, Ben, the Spurs defense, I think that's where they've been most impressive in these playoffs, is their ability to just lock down on defense, stick to the game plan, and not get out of character for the most part on defense.
I mean, it does help when you're a perimeter defender and you know you got a 7'4" guy behind you ready to block whatever. But it gives you the confidence, the chippiness.
Well, Victor was just walking, and he seemed to be walked through him, and Jalen Williams gave him a little look. But, you know, Victor's in his own world, as he is. He's from another world, so.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it does make it a little easier for them to put pressure on the ball when they know they got some help behind them. But at the end of the day, they got some really good defenders.
Well, you got it. You got to use it. Here's Keldon to the basket. No good. Good defense there by Cason Wallace. Holmgren here on the attack. Gets crowded, loses the ball.
Hey, he got a triple team there for a sec. Keldon got back.
Thought he got hacked, of course, but Spurs kind of letting them play right now. Not really stopping this game or having a huge impact on this game. It looks like they're letting them go for the most part. Here's Shea, guarded by Keldon. Oh, and then they call a little hand check there on Keldon. I think one's okay, but he gets 2 on him. That's when they're going to call that, right? So 18-15 early here. 3:30 left in the first quarter, folks. Thank y'all for joining us if y'all are in for this huge Game 5 in Oklahoma City. Cason Wallace gets to the basket. Left-handed layup. Good to go. It almost looks like Wemby's saving his energy. He doesn't seem to be going after everything as he usually does, which could be smart. Here's Wemby kicking it out to Keldon. Pump fakes Chet.
Ooh!
Keldon right back to Wemby on the lob. I want to see a little bit more of that. I think they can do a little bit more of that on the offensive end. 20-17 here, getting down to 3 minutes. Good hands by Keldon there.
No one's gonna get up there with Wemby, so if he's in the block right there, like right there where he is, right underneath the basket, you throw it up. Doesn't matter who it is. Shea went for it. He wasn't gonna get there. That's where he fouled him too.
Yeah, it doesn't even affect him. It's like a fly on his arm or something too high up there. So Wemby coming out of the game, and you see that Mitch did make an adjustment, I think, in Game 4 where he's now leaving Wemby in longer in the first quarter as opposed to taking him out in the middle and then bringing him back in. So that was a little tweak there by Mitch, which worked for them. They don't want to lose that momentum, Ben, that hot start. They want to keep it on them, right? So here's Caruso in the corner. Again, no good there. Carter Bryant and Luke Cornett in the game for the Spurs. Hartenstein with the rebound, so OKC with a second opportunity. Shea gets in the lane. Good move by Shea, but misses the runner.
Just the floater, yeah. I thought he was going to make that for sure, but that's what they're going to do. Once they see Wemby off the court, they're going to attack the paint like that. And the off the court Wemby minutes has been what's been killing them. So Not surprised that Mitch did that and keep it there a little longer.
Yeah, definitely. So this is obviously these are critical minutes with Wemby off the floor for the Spurs. Shea is 0 for 3 with 0 points so far in this game, folks. So a lot of people expected him to have one of those games, but not so far. Here's Bryant for 3 from the wing, no good.
I'm honestly not too worried about Shea. There's sometimes where he does much and then goes off in the fourth. So
Yeah, he can drop 20 in the fourth.
He can drop some quick. He's more, I think, trying to get his teammates involved right now, but they're not double teaming him, so he's taking it into the lane, but he just missed an easy layup that he usually takes. But
there's Williams for 3.
Yeah, it gets kicked out to Williams off the offensive rebound, and what a 3 to tie it up. So 20-20 here after all that.
Yeah, after all that, like I mentioned earlier, Spurs probably should be up more. Now they're in a tie ball game. Here's Harper getting in the paint, getting bumped,
Good aggressive
taking the bump,
there.
missing the shot, but he'll go to the line for 2. So Shea getting in the lane, still seeing a crowd, trying to get it over, but not having anything go. But like Ben said, that offensive rebound gets tipped out to Williams, and he hits that 3 from the top of the key, and we're going to see a little bit more of him. Thunder coach trying to find a spark off the bench.
I like Williams. He didn't do much last game, but I think he was first time in the playoffs in a while. I didn't really see him the whole playoffs before that, so
yeah,
I think he's just trying to get his rhythm, get used to the playoff atmosphere, and then now he might have a big game tonight. Who knows?
Yeah, so always the best time to shoot a 3-pointer is off an offensive rebound. So good tip out and good look there. Spurs need to do a little bit more of that driving and throwing it up to Wemby.
Anybody on here that's watching, make sure you hit that like button. And if you want to hop on the stream, let us know in the chat. More than happy to have you on. Maybe during the halftime, we have a Discord in our bio. If not, I can send a link in the chat. Let me know. Hop in the Discord and hop on stream. Yeah. Either on the mic or on cam. It don't matter.
We definitely want people to get involved. Here's Shea. Oh, Shea in the lane gets a little ticky-tack bump here. He's going to go to the line, so Shea can't get going, but Tony Brothers is going to get him going, Ben.
Yeah, a lot of people are scared of this game because Tony Brothers is reffing, so a lot of Spurs fans at least know what that guy's resume looks like against the Spurs. So we'll see here. Shea makes the first. It's on the board now. Has a chance to tie it up here with the second free throw. Like Shea's got 3 turnovers already. Spurs here off the second free throw is tied 22-22. Fox bringing it up on Caruso. Going to get a pick from Bryant. Bryant's going to get off the pick and roll, driving the lane. Oh, and he's going to dunk it. No one even stopped the ball at all on that one. He just went straight down the lane and yacked it. Bryant, you know Bryant can get up there. That rookie can jump. Got some fresh legs. And now Caruso in the corner against Hartenstein. I'm sorry, Cornette. I don't know if it's Hartenstein. They're both white boys. Actually, that's half black, but he looks white. Oh, whoa, what a dunk.
Well, Cornette there holding Hartenstein so he couldn't help.
Yeah, a little Gortat screen there by Cornette. But honestly, you can't be mad because Hartenstein's been doing all series against Wemby, so it is what it is.
No, those are little tricks that the vets are going to get away with, but good attack there by Bryant. He really needs some confidence in this series. He had a bad game last series, but first had Harrison Barnes who came off the bench, and he played well for them, so I expect to see him here as well, too. 24-24, 126 left here in the first, so still 0-0 ball game here as we get deep into the first quarter. Here's Fox attacking Caruso. Oh, good lay by Fox, but he missed it. Smooth drive by Fox, but sometimes he's a little too casual there. Here's Shea on the attack. Gets 2 people in the air and dumps it off, but Caruso totally just lost the ball.
All 3 of them went for Shea on that defensive fast break, and he had 3 Thunder players behind him and none of them catch the ball.
Shea pulled the okie doke on him, but his teammates couldn't finish. So 24-24, a minute left here in this first. Here's De'Aaron Fox attacking left, gets back right, pump fake, footwork, back to Bryant for the corner. I mean, on the wing for 3.
Kind of a wing 3, but yeah, Bryant.
Corner wing-ish 3. Carter Bryant, that is huge.
That's a big 3.
5 points early. He's 2 for 3 early, so kid's got some confidence here on the road. I like it.
Last time they were in this arena, I think he used the public restroom in
I thought that was fake. I had no idea. I can't believe that was real.
You gotta go, bro.
How do they not have restrooms in the locker room?
I don't know what happened.
Like,
I don't. Maybe they're out of order. I don't know.
Shea.
Okay, Shea with the 3. A rare 3 by Shea here, but he knows he's got to get him going.
First bucket of the game for Shea there.
Well, besides the free throw, but yeah. Oh!
Oh no, Harper got pickpocketed by Kaysen, but he missed it.
Yeah.
Caruso attacking.
Oh, saved by Caruso
Spurs
to get a
to
reset.
get back here.
And there's a foul by Bryant. It's a bad foul. He's gonna go to the line too.
Hey, Winston.
The bonus in my pocket.
So, OKC trying to grab the momentum here late in the first quarter. In this first quarter, right for them. Showing Shea with the 3 here. And then Kaysen Wallace just takes it away from Harper.
He had to shoot it, right? The shot clock.
All it takes is one trip to the line, and you can get a guy going once he sees the ball go through that basket. So, good step back and good shot by Carter Bryant there. And Mitch giving a little smile. We saw, I think there was a lot of video out there of, last game when Mitch was kind of chewing him out when Carter made some dumb mistakes in game 4. Luckily, he was able to work through those mistakes because the Spurs were up by so much. But, he was struggling there for a little while, and Mitch had a talking with him. And it's nice to see the young Rook bounce back here tonight in game 5, Ben. Huge game 5. Here's Castle off the pick from Wemby. 3 seconds. Wemby's going to go at Hartenstein. He's going to take a step back 3 to the right. No good. So, unlike last game, Wemby can't finish at the buzzer there. 29-27 as Shea ends the first quarter with 2 free throws.
I saw a fan of the front row acting like Wemby does when Chet misses a free throw. He was like, hey. Let's see if we can pull it up right here. That's what Wemby does when Chet misses a free throw. But yeah. So Thunder fans are getting into the game, man, off of that tough 3 by Wemby. But Wemby's can easily make that, man. He's made plenty of those, so Gary, every time he puts the ball up in there.
Yeah, I think he likes it when the clock's getting down. He do some okey doke and force something up. So, but that half court shot was beautiful. I was saying.
So what a first quarter though, man. All was it 2-point game. OKC up by 2.
Yeah, that's really a good sign for OKC because it doesn't feel like Shea has really got going yet. You haven't really seen the role players get going. Off to a hot start, but so you feel like there's maybe another level that OKC can take it to, as well as the Spurs. You didn't see Wemby really get going that quarter. He saw him with a dunk, but he really was not featured much in that first quarter. They were just kind of letting the guards play, get in the paint how they have, and kick out there. So, going to be interesting to see how this game develops here. You see Keldon Johnson with the lob there for Wemby, and that was one of his few buckets there in the first quarter, if not his only bucket. But yeah, so still going to be interesting to see who's going to kind of take a stranglehold on this game as you see it kind of going back and forth. Team trying to grab the momentum. I would say the Spurs started early, bringing that energy, and Thunder really had an emphasis on trying to match that or trying to bring better energy than they did in the last 2 in San Antonio, which they felt like they really didn't bring any to start the game. So again, a little flat today to start. Shea with a slow start here, Ben, but he got going kind of in the last minute there as he hit a couple free throws and then hit the 3. But I think both teams kind of feel good right now, right? They haven't seen their star players really go off. They feel like it's just going to be a defensive battle. I mean, you're not going to see a whole lot of flow on offense. They're going to have to create and make things happen. But it's going to be tough for both teams because it seems like the refs are letting them play too on defense here.
Yeah, right now it's kind of this game's kind of giving me game 1 vibes with the double overtime, man. Both the teams going back and forth, making runs on each other early. So we'll see. It ends up staying close towards the end, fourth quarter, and might get another overtime or 2, man, honestly. But yeah, Shea, here we got some highlights here. Shea going to work. There's Chet getting some buckets early, that little fadeaway. So Chet, I think, has like box squad. Box score. About to go to the second quarter. Let's know who you got in the chat. OKC Spurs, maybe who you got in the series. I think he's going 7. Yeah, Champagny has 13. I was mistaken. Chet does have 8. So none of the OKC are in double digits yet. So it's all spread around for them, really. We got Champagny with 13, Castle with the 3 opening bucket, Wimby only with 2, Fox with 2, Bryant with the 5 with the dunk and the 3. We got Harper with the 2, a deuce. So early though, we got a lot of time left. Second quarter starting off right here to see what we got going on. Got OKC with the ball here. Wimby back in the game, guarding Hartenstein at the top of the key. Hartenstein's going to drive it on him, take it all the way with a little floater, and he's going to miss it, though. Bounce off the rim a couple times, almost went in. Come back the other way. Wimby down the lane is going to get stripped by Hartenstein. It's going to be a foul, though. Like he got his arm. Hartenstein trying to impose his will on Wimby on the offensive end, and the backfiring on him, and Wimby comes back the other way and gets to the free throw line. So Wimby making strides, literally and figuratively. Killing it. All right, so he has second, made the first one. The second free throw here to tie it up. We got Winston Wembanyama barking in the background. I think he knows Wimby's at the line. Okay, there we go. Second bucket for Wimby. It's all tied up at 29. 11 minutes, 31 seconds in the second. Pulling Anthony Edwards. Oh, Caruso drives in the lane on Wimby. Didn't get fouled. Put his body into him and threw it up. Didn't make the bucket, but he's going to go to the line. I think that's the second foul on Wimby. Be mistaken. Wimby there, like dexterity to be able to land, like how tall he is crazy. Like going to China with the monks definitely helped him.
Yeah, he's got crazy balance and control,
Yeah.
but
Wow, man.
you wonder if Wimby's kind of saving some of his energy for the, late in the game. We've seen him get kind of winded in some of these games. He's playing him a lot of minutes. Mitch is playing him a lot of minutes. He's having to do a lot on the court, so both sides of the ball. So is it one of those things where he's trying to kind of pace himself throughout the game to where he can have, max energy in the fourth quarter? But we'll see here.
Harper here taking it on Caruso. Gonna get to the corner of the free throw line, but turn it over. Caruso pickpocketed him, saying, "Give me that rook." Took his cookies. Gonna swing it over. Hits the Hartenstein in the baseline. Little floater over Wimby. And
Well, that's twice we've seen Harper now lose the ball just dribbling. So not a good sign.
I wonder if that
for the
injury is
rookie.
giving him issues still. Maybe he just can't handle the ball the way
He
it
looked
was.
good last game, but some of these injuries can just kind of spike up from day to day. So
Yeah, Caruso just read that. As much as Wimby can block, he ain't blocking that tier. I'm sorry.
yeah, Dylan's got to make a move and go quick if he's got somebody like Caruso on him who's super aggressive. Try not to play with the ball as much, but
Yeah, that's true. Just try to get in the lane, get some contact.
use
try to
his
pull it.
body. Yeah, but
Well, he does that. I feel like
Figure
Harper
it out
does
here.
that better when he's in transition. Like, but when he gets in the half court and he's driving it, he just tries to go do too much. Like,
he could usually get to his spots though because of his size. So
that's true, yeah. All right, Castle here with the second free throw is gonna make it. Gonna be 33-30. Looks like OKC's gonna come back down here and do a little something. Let's see what they can do here. Caruso get it to Williams. Williams kicks it out.
Jason Wallace.
Yeah, Case and Wall.
So Shea's out of the game right now. The Spurs
It's a
cannot let
corner
this
three.
lead balloon. Castle for 3 from the same spot. He misses it as earlier.
Caruso and Wimby in the corner. Gonna swing it around. Williams.
Yeah, if the Thunder score here, I expect Mitch to take a timeout.
Yep, Casey Wallace drives in the lane, throws to Caruso, back to Williams, over Wimby for 3, and yep, there it is. Like you said, Joel, role players playing better at home, and that's exactly what's happening for OKC right now. their bench showing up like they did in that game 3. Obviously, last game they were invisible. But yeah, man, this is gonna be a dogfight if OKC continues to do it like this, and the Spurs need to answer back here with a run now after this timeout.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be the story here. These role players, are they ready to go ahead and meet this moment? And, we've seen it last year. Obviously, OKC's the defending champ, so we saw a lot of these role players get that championship experience. We've seen it from Caruso multiple times, obviously. So
it's hard to say, but I feel like that Mitchell loss is because
no.
Well, I'm talking in this play and just the way their team's playing right now, because the like Jalen Williams overall is the bigger loss, like long term, like factor, but they came into the playoffs without Jalen Williams the first 2 series, and I feel like they got a rhythm with Mitchell and the other players. And that first game 1 in OKC, it went to double overtime with Williams. He had a good game, don't get me wrong, but they ended up losing that game. And then they come back game 2, Jalen Williams is out. They have a good game. They ended up winning game 2. And then I don't know. It's just, in my opinion, in this playoff series, I mean, overall, I think Jalen Williams is a more important piece for them, obviously.
Yeah. I think against the Spurs, just because Mitch.
Yeah, you're right. He was more doing it in the last 2 series.
These bigger guards. So much. LA.
But it does give him their ball handler.
That's where
with already having Jalen Williams out. That's what I'm saying. Like with already having him out, it's a bigger loss now. If they had Jalen Williams, I think
if they get one of them back, they probably pick Jalen Williams. But at the end of the day, like you said, it's just like it sucks for them because Jalen Williams is out. Okay, he's another ball handler, creator. Who's the person directly behind him? Like it would have been. Like, say they lost, like, Case and Wallace or something. It wouldn't have affected them as much because A.J. Mission will handle the orange.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that would have affected them more on the defensive end.
Yeah, that's what affects them the most is they lost 2 ball. It was just like on the Spurs side when they lost Fox, they had Fox out, and then Harper got hurt, too. They lost 2 balls.
Doesn't seem to be affecting them much, though, here in the second quarter. They stepped out, but these role players have stepped up. They're up 39-30 here early on the Spurs. And we're gonna go to the Twitterverse here. Let's see if we can, go to the favorites. Here. Might have to go click up here. One of these, that one there. Try that one. Yeah, I guess that's what I call it. Go down here. That video is actually pretty funny. We should watch that. The prices for the game bench for New York. Like they have floor tickets for $100K, which is an amazing deal apparently. Best deal, $104K. They're probably gone up since last night.
Known for that.
So,
anybody got good credit out there?
Yeah, so these finals tickets are going to be outrageous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, I wonder if San Antonio goes to the finals, what do you think the courtside seats compared to New York? Probably like half the price, right? Like, okay.
Here? No, they're not. Game's back on.
Would you say like 25K or whatever? I'm saying if the Spurs were to make the finals and they have finals games here, like, what do you think?
Maybe 15, 20. I don't know.
I mean, 100K is a lot, but
not here.
Well, I know. I mean, I know New York's inflated like crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, difference.
Get the foul here on Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams seems to be amped up right now. Ever since Wemby walked through their little huddle earlier, Jalen Williams seemed to have taken it personal.
Yeah, Jalen Williams definitely can't size up to Wemby, but he can stay with him laterally, and that's what he's been trying to do in front of him.
Yeah, and most of these bigs on OKC can hang laterally with Wemby about Wemby down and get spot. Feeling comfortable at shoot.
Why they heck?
Spurs having fun before the game.
Setting up before the game. That's probably why they shot came out so hot.
It's not gonna hit the same. It ain't gonna hit the same like it does here in San Antonio, bro.
So sad, bro. I'm surprised. Those nuns could be undercover OKC fans, bro. I don't know, bro. Oh man.
Oh, Kane here gets what might have been one of his first buckets there with the layup.
Yeah, they needed that about McCain to get going. They need McCain. They need some more offense out there for sure.
Penny from the corner for 3.
Champagne, that's his 4-3, I think, of the game.
Julian brought the champagne. Who's going to join the party, Ben? Go. 16 points for Champagne here.
Yeah, I know everybody on Southwest Military would definitely join the party, but...
Somebody in this game to join the party here, because Julian is the only one that has stepped. After having a really not a good series so far for Julian, he stepped up here in this crucial Game 5. Here's Caruso driving on Julian Champagne. Reverses, no good. Wild shot. Did they call a foul?
I didn't hear the whistle, but...
He couldn't hear it, and Caruso holding his head like he hit his head on the floor. I'm not sure why they called a foul there. He was totally just out of control. Broke some jump.
I don't think it was that one ref.
Maybe Julian got him from behind.
He might have got him down low, but I don't know. I could see.
I pushed him up.
That ref up there that called it, the guy that furthest ref away called the foul. He had an angle though, we couldn't see it. Alright, so we got Caruso here at the line, 41-35. He's gonna probably make these 2 free throws. He hit his head? Oh, he did. The whiplash.
Let's see here who decides to step up for the Spurs. We've yet to see any of their, stars kind of make a real heavy impact here. I really expected.
I think Fox needs to.
I really expected, like Ben just said, I expected a big game from Fox here, and I expected a lot of Fox and Wemby pick and roll, which I'm sure we'll see that here, but somebody's got to get going here for the Spurs. One of these stars. No, Wemby will get something going here. 3 for the top of the key for Wemby, no good, but there's going to be a foul inside on Harrison Barnes being pushed
Caruso, I think,
by Caruso.
Yeah, I feel like Wemby needs to be more aggressive and get the ball in the paint. Or get him off of like a curl, slash into the paint.
Well, that's what I was saying. Either
do something, man.
He's tired or he's saving his energy, bro. And he may, even now he's got his hands on his knees, but I'm not really sure. It's time now for the Spurs to get going, whether it's Wemby or Fox or one of these guys.
Trying to look like Durant out there, pulling up for a little midi, but I don't think Wemby's mastered that yet. He misses that one. He definitely get there. He masters the midi pull up, like KD, he can call it game over, dude.
Yeah, really. But you're not going to master it in the Western Conference Finals.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He really needs to try to get inside and do something like he did in Game 1 or Game 4, because right now, 4 shots, a couple points, not going to cut it. Somebody's got to get going. Shea still out of the game here for OKC, and they haven't skipped a beat, really. 43-35. Getting to 8 minutes left here in the second quarter. Caruso driving, touching the paint. Little jumper, got it to go. Gets the bounce. Castle with the spin in the lane, gets tripped up, and they're going to call a foul.
Caruso put his hand up like he tripped him.
Castle continuing to be aggressive, which we've seen all throughout this playoffs. Nice spin move there, but Caruso trips him, so he's going to get to the line. Here's Caruso with a little jumper over Fox, getting into the lane, so Russo trying to get going here. We saw him kind of disappear in game 4, but OKC really never got in a rhythm in that game. They just couldn't score at all. It was a defensive showcase from the Spurs. So tonight, a little bit different story here tonight. 45-35, OKC with the 10-point lead. 8 minutes left here in the second quarter. Stephon Castle here at the line to try to cut into this 10-point lead. Haven't seen the Spurs win back-to-back games yet in this series so far. So do they have it in them tonight? Obviously having to beat OKC 3 out of 4 times to advance to the next round. I know winner of game 3, it was like 70% chance. Now the winner of game 5, I guess, has an 80% chance of winning the series. So just tells you how critical this game is with the series tied 2-2. 37-45. Castle hits both free throws. 8 minutes left here in the second quarter. McCain driving left. Kicks out to Chet. Guarded by Castle. Swings to Kaysen. Kaysen drives on Keldon. Kicks to Joe Williams in the corner. He shoots it. Guarded by Wemby. No good. First little mini run. They're going to slow it down here. Castle gets a pick from Wemby. Castle probing. Kicks it to Fox in the corner. Wide open shot again, but Fox can't get it to go.
You gotta make that.
He's had a couple wide open ones. He just missed. Here's McCain on the break for 3. Not a good shot, but that's what you see in today's NBA.
You got the pull up. Who you got in game 5? OKC Spurs.
Not a good shot by McCain there. Fox gets into the lane, but kicks it out. Here's Keldon. He drives baseline and gets it to go.
Tough move by Keldon there. I like that.
Keldon being aggressive. It's what you like. Show us the game.
Tracy Jones. Sorry, Tracy. Yeah, man.
We'll show you highlights during timeout. We'll pull up the Twitter. We got some highlights.
Yeah, we can pull up the Twitter.
But you already know.
Look, getting into it right here. Look.
You already know J-Tube ain't having it. So this is when Wemby walked by. It looks like he bumped Chet a little bit.
Actually called YouTube.
Yeah, but now they're gonna hit us for that, man. You can't.
No, they're not.
There's certain words that get flagged.
No, they
So
win.
this is what Jalen Williams. Shea's back in the game with a little step back on Keldon. No good. Rebound by Chet here. Chet spin in the lane. Jumper gets blocked by Wemby.
Woo!
Spurs on the break. Castle losing the ball as he does in OKC, but kicks it out to Vassell. Vassell no good. Castle with the rebound. Tries to lob it up to Victor, but too much traffic in there. But they're going to call a foul. Tony Brothers is going to bail him out there. Tony Jones, we appreciate you joining us, though, man. Yeah, we like the Spurs, too, but OKC seems to have captured this momentum so far in this game. Uh-oh. Caruso going back to the locker room. That's the last thing the Thunder need is another player out. That depth gets real short once players start getting hurt, man. It's tough. 45-40. Wemby hits the first free throw here. 6:38 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I still think that the series is going 7, but see what happens. I think either way, no matter what happens this game or whoever, I feel like whoever wins this game, the opposite team's gonna win next game, no matter what happens.
I think it is. It does feel kind of.
Like
You kind of get that feel that it's a 7-game series.
I don't know. I could be wrong. But right now, this game is what's important. It's on the table. OKC up 4. They got the ball. Spurs trying to make a run, like Joel said. And McCain gets fouled there by Harper, it looks like.
Wemby up to 8 points here, but you would like to see him get more shots if you're a Spurs fan. Try to see if they can work him in some favorable spots where he can get a decent shot and just making 1 or 2 moves as opposed to dribbling and having to think so much. But here's McCain giving a little elbow to Harper, which Harper didn't like. He was trying to let the ref know. He ends up getting called for the foul. Here's Shea attacking Castle. Castle just all over him like a fly on rice, man. Castle takes the ball from Shea, and Shea comes back and fouls him on the break. It's going to be a take foul on the break there. So
that's debatable because Shea did he hit his arm, but I think he hit the ball too. So like
but he was on the fast break. He was behind him, so it's going to be a clear path foul or whatever they call it on the break. You can't just foul him to stop a break, I think. Even though you have McCain there, so it might not be a clear path, but it's going to be a take foul.
Well, they're calling it a take foul, but a take foul is usually when you're trying to stop the fast break.
Well, that's what he was doing.
He was trying to hit the ball. He was going for the ball, though.
To stop the fast break, and he fouled him. That's what I'm saying. If you foul him like that, though, you're taking that risk.
It's basically saying you can't go for the ball when they're going on a fast break.
Well, you can, but you're taking that risk if you foul him, you know? So that's the same. If you're going to get the ball, you better get the ball on a fast break. If not, NBA has that rule, unfortunately.
It's a weird
45-42. Spurs are scratching their way back in, clawing their way back in this game. Keldon with the body on Chet and dunks it for 2. So you love to see it from the 6th man of the year, Keldon Johnson, giving the Spurs some momentum, cutting this lead to 1. 6:09 left in the second quarter, 45-40. We're going to take a break here in OKC. As you see Keldon there, body Chet. Chet just needs to definitely try to hit that weight room this summer.
Yeah, I mean, we're
going to get to the Twitterverse here, see if we can show you some highlights. I wish we could show you the game. I wish we could put it on, but hopefully you guys are able to catch it and watch it.
Hates Chet.
Yeah, and Wemby's there kind of minding his own business, it looks like, but, he probably knows what he's doing. Chet likes to...
You know exactly what he's doing, bro. You're right in Chet right there.
Wemby likes to get under the skin.
You saw Chet turn around and look at Jalen Williams. He swings at him.
Yeah, Jalen Williams seemed to take that personal because he's been, ever since that play, he's been a little bit more aggressive. Let's see, what did Tope say? Tope said, "What is Wemby doing? Dude is just standing still on offense." That was in the first quarter, so Tope had a point, man. That's what I said. He was go give our boy Tope a follow, but he was it seemed like Wemby was kind of saving some energy there in the first quarter. So, but he's up to 8 points now. He's got a couple free throws, so trying to get things going here.
See, OKC fans dress up as nuns.
Bro, I swear this fool had a Spurs jersey on.
I don't know.
I saw, like when he moves, it looked like he has, right
like
there in the beginning.
Like Spurs, you can see it right there.
Go back to the beginning. Yeah, you're right. There too. That's the jersey. Can't see it because that is whatever. I was about to send out a tweet. Let us know where y'all watching from. If y'all here in the chat, let us know if y'all want to discuss anything. Got any topics here?
Channing Flopper.
OKC fans, we're trying to give it back to Wemby, Channing Flopper, but it don't hit the same like it does here in the 210, man. The Spurs fans, they are the originators.
They actually all believe it.
Spurs fans have actually been pretty impressive this year, coming up with a lot of trolling items for these teams. I know they had the raid can for Ant-Man. They had a raid can for him and stuff. So they've been able to be pretty funny as far as trolling.
They can just fall and the rest will blow the whistle.
Look, Kel didn't even try to hold him up.
That's true.
We've actually seen that a lot from OKC as far as like they just run into people, fall, and then they get a call, and it's like, what the hell? Like, literally just ran into him.
That's the golden rule, bro. You just gotta fall down.
There's that Keldon drive on the baseline. Here's McCain getting downhill on Harrison Barnes, getting his first bucket.
Oh, that was that lob right there.
Nice angle there. So, pulling champagne and getting hot in this first quarter here. They're showing Wemby's numbers and comparing them to Kareem, Olajuwon. Wemby averaging 30 points and 13 rebounds in these playoffs. Just completely ridiculous. as you see some of these Spurs highlights here in that first quarter. So we're going to get back to the game here. Second quarter, halfway through, 6 minutes left. This second quarter, 45-44. Here's Shea driving left, step back on Wemby. Ugh, nice move, and he gets the roll.
Yeah, I think he touched every part of the rim on that.
Might have made Wemby touch earth there. I'm not sure, but clean step back there by Shea. 9 points for Shea, 2 for 7 field goals. Here's Castle kicking it out to Keldon. Keldon trying to work off the wing, kicks it to Harper. Harper hasn't made an impact, and just a bad pass, and Harper couldn't get a grip on it and loses the ball. So another turnover here by the Spurs, which has been a huge thing for them in this series. Taking care of that ball. We've seen the difference that it makes. Oh, and here's Castle playing physical on Shea, and he's going to get the foul. Shea, of course, falls on the ground. As Ben had mentioned, when OKC falls, they get fouls. And Castle's been physical with them. I'm not really sure what that is, but we've seen. Oh yeah,
almost.
What a step back there by Shea. But we've seen Castle be extremely physical with Shea throughout this series. So how much are they going to let that go?
Yeah, I don't know how much they're going to let that go. We'll see here. They say you look at Shea the wrong way, you get a foul. So. On the streets. So OKC with a 4-point lead here. They get a 5 with that free throw. Spurs see what they come back and do here.
Yeah, majority of his points obviously from the line so far in this game. Puts OKC back up 5 here. There's Castle working off the Wemby screen for jumper. I like it. Little midi from Castle there, and I really think he should do more of that, Ben, but he doesn't shoot that mid-range often, but I think he can get it a lot more.
Yeah, he can for sure. Got to be more consistent on it. And
speaking of mid-range, Shea misses the mid-range there. Spurs going to try to cut it to 1 or even it up here. Here's Vassell. Gets it to Wemby. Kicks it over to Castle. Telling Harper to get through. Here comes the screen from Wemby. Castle working again. Oh, he's Harper on the weak side. Almost turns it over, but Harper recovered it. Give it to Wemby, and Wemby misses the layup. Here's OKC. Jason Wallace getting in the paint, kicking it out to Dort. Dort going to shoot a 3. Got it. The Lou Dort.
First Dort 3 the game.
I haven't really seen him do much in this series. See him knock down a shot there. 52-46. Here's Vassell with the midi. Dort. Scramble for the rebound.
And who's on the floor? Lou Dort.
Lou Dort comes up with it, but they're going to call a jump ball with him and Harper, I think.
Yeah, Lou Dort was the first to the floor on that one, though. I'm surprised Keldon or Harper didn't get down there. But at the end of the day, they got a jump ball. And, yeah, usually when Lou Dort gets going like that, hits threes, this team is really hard to beat.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that just, if those guys are hitting threes, it opens up the floor for Shea more. Come on, buddy. Come on. All right, we got 4:11 here in the second quarter, 52-46. Thunder up by 6 here. Jump ball. Looks like Spurs are going to make some subs here. Wemby's Vic's coming out the game. Keldon coming out the game. Comes Cornette and Fox. And Penny back in the game. Castle takes a seat as well.
Dort's trying to jump early.
Should that be a violation or something, man? Dort trying to get an early start, still gets it though.
Yeah, he's trying to time it when the ref does it up, he's already jumping.
Shea attacking Fox. Defense, but Shea got to that baseline, got to his spot.
Like you said, Joel, really no one on the Spurs has really stepped up. They've had players do stuff here and there, but no one really just throwing it down. And there goes Harper.
Speaking of that,
with a 3 off the wing from Fox with the assist. So that's a good look right there from Harper. See if he can get going now.
Yeah, you've seen Castle make an impact, but that's the first time we've seen really Harper or Fox make an impact here. Those two guys are on the court, so let's see if they can get themselves going as Spurs coming off the turnover off the break. Champagny drives baseline, bodies Chet, tries to lay it up, no good, gets his own rebound, tries to go up again, gets it blocked, gets his rebound again. De'Aaron Fox tries to throw it to Harp in the corner, but Cason Wallace knocks it out of bounds. A little bit hectic there, but the Spurs getting a couple offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
Russo back in. I have some ankle issues here. Here's Fox getting into the paint. Nice turnaround jumper, no good. So stuff from Fox, we usually see him knocked down, just not hitting tonight. Need something from him. Dort attacks Fox, so he's feeling himself if he's doing that. Holmgren gets inside.
Holmgren dunked him.
Big in there, yeah. Champagny was holding him down, but
yeah, I guess he had his arm. Ended up dunking.
Obviously, these minutes without Vic on the floor critical for the Spurs. They're trying to gain a little bit of ground here. OKC's trying to push this lead out with Chet at the line.
Yeah, Chet's definitely on pace for his average. I think he averages like 18 points. Probably about like 10 right now. About to score 10, so on pace for that. That's good for him, for OKC. But as far as the Spurs, yeah, I mean, they got to get Wemby going, really. I think that's him or Fox, one of those two. Got to get one of them.
Somebody's got to get going on the Spurs. So Castle back in the game here for San Antonio. Caruso back in the game for OKC here. Fox and Castle working up top. Comes Vassell setting the screen. Castle over to Champagny. Champagny's going to drive baseline, kick it out to Vassell in the corner for three. No good, short. Vassell, another guy that's had a solid series, hasn't really done much tonight. SGA driving, kicks it. Williams, top of the key, kicks it to Caruso. Gives it to Chet. Chet gonna attack Cornette. Get inside. Oh, finishes the layup. Probably felt like he should have got fouled too.
I thought he did.
Could have been a foul.
Cornette, yeah, he took it and said, Cornette, you can't guard me.
Vic jumps off that bench real quick.
Yeah,
so.
he did.
Oh, now we got offensive foul here.
Champagny, it looks like on Dort.
On the Spurs, 58-49. 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Vic's going to come back in this game. Mitch said, I've had enough of that. I've seen enough of that.
Yeah, Wemby would have blocked that for sure. Chet, or Cornette couldn't get there. Ripped him. Oh, they're going to challenge him?
Bad foul there by Champagny. And his third foul here.
It looks like we got a challenge here. I don't know.
Oh, they're saying that Champagny got pushed from behind. So we'll see. Mitch is going to challenge this offensive foul here. They called a moving pick on Champagny, but Mitch feels like Champagny got pushed from behind into Lou Dort. So the refs are going to check that out here just a second as we getting down to 2 minutes here left.
Let's see what some of the fans are saying. This does seem basketball. Oh man, I mean, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, right now you'd probably say it's a little bit more OKC style. I mean,
that OKC whistle's making OKC players making it much more. I've heard a lot of that too, but I mean,
yeah,
what are you gonna do?
I mean, really, if you're not if you're not from there, an OKC fan, it's probably not a style of play that you're necessarily gonna fall in love with. And I think that's been a lot of talk in this series is that, you know, the Spurs and Wemby may be a little bit more likable, kind of like how the Warriors and Steph Curry were, you know, like those are the type of dynasty teams that the NBA wants to see because everybody bandwagons and everybody starts, you know, buying merch, whatever. The Thunder don't really seem to be that kind of team unless you're really just a fan of them. It doesn't seem like the outside of OKC world.
Well, that's because they're a small market too.
Fan. Yeah, they're a small market, but I mean, Shea's a great player. They got some good players.
Yeah, but
at the end of the day,
I've ever seen
they do have a
people bandwagon on sports.
Well, people are going to start bandwagoning on the Spurs.
Well, they're doing it right now because they're going against them. They know it's the only team that can maybe beat OKC.
Yeah,
so
once the
that's
Spurs
why.
start winning,
Well,
they might become.
Then they're gonna
a
become
villain
Spurs
too,
haters.
yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna become haters, and then they're gonna not gonna change. But
I think Wemby is going to be the type of player like Steph, where there's just people are from all over just going to root
well,
for the
it's
Spurs
easy.
because
Yeah,
of
you're right. Well, it's easy to bandwagon on bigger market teams like the
Same with
Warriors
LeBron.
and the Cavs.
And LeBron did it in Cleveland. So.
Yeah, he did do it in Cleveland. It depends how big the player is. But Wemby is that type of player. You're right. They could bring that to the Spurs. And definitely internationally, you're going to get a lot of international. Which the Spurs already have because of Manu and Parker and shit. So.
Yeah, so, no question what's coming in the future. Obviously, everybody loves to see you get to the top, but once you get to the top, everybody wants to downfall. That's just kind of the. You've seen it from every player from young. Everyone loves to see them get to the top, and then they become the villain, and then everyone kind of.
Yep, that's just how it goes. That's how it was for pretty much all the top dogs. Get the point where you want to see him win, and then you want to see him.
All right, so 58-50 here.
A lot of people hate on LeBron and they didn't want to see him win at all, though. They didn't want to see him win anyways once he left Cleveland the first
Just
time.
under 2 minutes in the second quarter here. Shea kicks it to Caruso. He's going to shoot the wing three. Got it. So he pushes the lead to 11.
Need Wemby to get going here. Fox and Wemby pick and roll. Oh, swing it to Castle. Gets in the lane. Get foul. He's going to get 9.
Yeah, I expect Mitch to start doing something to get De'Aaron Fox going here. They're really going to need something from him in this second half. I know that obviously he's still playing hurt. He's still got he's still got a bum ankle, but he's out here battling, so they're going to need something from him. Either him or Harper is going to have to step up here in this game because right now, I think Wemby and Castle are going to give them what they give them. But one of these other guys needs to join the party along with Julian Champagny too. So a lot like game one, kind of like how Ben mentioned earlier, where the Spurs got off to a hot start. OKC comes back, and they kind of controlling this game at the moment. They have the momentum. Here's Caruso getting in the lane and getting fouled.
Yeah, the only difference right now between this and that game one was I think the Spurs had the lead most of the game that game one, if I wasn't mistaken.
Yeah.
And
the
Thunder came back like in the fourth quarter, like a 10-point lead. They came back from a 10-point lead in overtime. So, but yeah, I mean, we'll see. This third quarter is going to be huge. Obviously, closing out the second, but going into the third quarter, whoever usually wins the third quarter usually ends up winning the game. So, we're going to see here. Coming up, if the Spurs can cut this lead down to under 10 for the half, or OKC gonna stretch it out a little bit.
Yeah, you'd like to see it in single digits if you're a Spurs fan before the end of the half. You saw 26 points, bench points for OKC compared to 14 for the Spurs. So that's been a story of this series. Obviously, OKC's bench. Castle in the corner for 3, no good. Champagny tried to get the offensive rebound. They're going to call a foul as he pushed Shea with his other arm. And that might be Champagny's 4th foul, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's not good. Probably shouldn't really be in the game right now. Oh, no, because they reversed that call earlier, so that's going to be his 3rd. Okay. I think they reversed that. Yeah, that's his 3rd foul because they reversed that pick that they called on him, that illegal screen. So now you send Shea back to the line where he's lived all season pretty much to get some easy points and push this lead. Yeah, and it hasn't really been one particular person for OKC. It's kind of been a community effort as far as OKC hitting shots, and that's one thing that they did not do in Game 4 is hit those shots, and you saw the difference. You can see it tonight here. Not to mention that OKC is 18 for 18 for free throws, Ben. Spurs are 15 for 17, so pretty even there, but OKC has not missed a free throw yet. Here's Keldon in the middle, kicks it out, tries to kick it out to Fox, but it gets deflected by Wallace.
And that's what OKC is doing, and Caruso does a really good job of this. He reads the play ahead of time off the ball, and he pretty much sees where the ball's going to go, and he dives for the pick, for the steal off the ball, so he surprises the passer. He did it right there.
Wimby for 3, no good, but they're going to call a foul underneath on Caruso battling with Castle there. And you're exactly right, Ben. That's all that is film study and just knowing, being in the league, and instincts, right? Yeah. Instincts, knowing what's coming. You've seen it 1,000 times. You've seen these sets. These teams know each other like the back of their hand. So it's like, and obviously when you add Caruso's defensive instincts to that, he's going to be able to make plays and cut off screens and passing lanes and things like that.
All right, 65. Give me 65-54 here. Spurs down by 11. Minute left. Getting down to it. OKC here. Shea, one-on-one with Castle, going to drive in the lane. Going to get bumped by Castle. They're going to call foul. So they're not letting them be that physical. They're calling every little ticky-tack on Castle right now. Giving Shea the MVP treatment.
So this is obviously what we didn't see in Game 4, right? You know, these calls, Shea was not getting a lot of these calls like that. And, oh gosh, shut up, dude. That Thunder coach can be annoying sometimes. But, again, you gotta adjust to how these refs are going to call the game. And tonight they're giving Shea those calls. But, you know, if Castle gets bumped like that on the other side, I'm not so sure that they've given him those calls. But Castle has played very physical with Shea as well. So just a matter of, who's reffing and how they're going to call the game. And tonight, they're not letting you get as physical with them. So Thunder's up 13 here. Here's Fox and Wimby off the pick and roll. This is what I want to see more of. Fox kicks it to Keldon Johnson, and he drives in and gets a tough runner to go. 30 seconds left here. Still 11-point lead for the Thunder. Thunder almost putting up 70 points in this half. Just not a good sign for the Spurs. Tough jumper by Shea. And he gets it to go at the midi. Good defense by Castle, but that's just the MVP doing work. Spurs here going to hold for the last shot of the second quarter to end the half. Let's see if we can get something good. Fox driving left off the pick from Wimby, lobs it up to Wimby, and Vic gets it to go. Man, I want to see more of that pick and roll from Fox and Vic,
fool just tipped it in. He didn't even. That's like a.
OKC gonna get a shot. No good. McCain in the corner.
Yeah,
no good.
McCain
There we go.
look for 3.
OKC will take an 11-point lead into the half, 69-58. Just not what we've seen as far as defense from the Spurs, almost allowing 70 points here in this first half. So, got to be feeling pretty good if you're an OKC fan. But then again, Spurs really haven't had anybody get going yet. And so, you get a little bit from Fox, if you get a little bit from Harper, and, Vic can come out with a little bit more energy. So, they can get back in this game, but right now, this the pace and the flow and just the way everything's being played, it seems to be more OKC's favor right now.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Joel. That's why OKC has the lead right now by 11. It's more their pace, and I'm sure that's what the Spurs are going to talk about in the locker room. Trying to get it more playing Spurs ball, get OKC a little flustered, which is tough to do, but they're going to have to come out and show their intensity in the third quarter and play harder really than OKC in the third quarter. If they do that, and someone steps up, Fox, Wimby, maybe some more Castle getting in there. I like what I see from Keldon so far. I haven't really seen too much from Vassell, but Champagne's been making up for that, obviously, hitting those.
Yeah, and obviously you're not going to have every player every game be on their game, and if you do, then you're probably looking at your team playing very well. So there's a couple guys tonight that just haven't really shown up for the moment so far. whether it's OKC's defense or just them not getting open looks. But De'Aaron Fox, Harper, and Vassell, these three guys, hopefully one of them or two of them can get going here in the second half, because it's going to be huge for the Spurs. I think Castle's bringing some energy, going to bring the physicality. Vic's going to give you what Vic's going to give you, and I think he'll come out with more energy in the second half as well. Keldon obviously stepping up today, so we see some more Carter Bryant minutes. He played a little bit in that first half and played well there in short spurts. So we're gonna have to see some more energy from the Spurs come out like they did to start the game, and from there try to get some momentum going. But I don't think it's rocket science. I think it needs Fox or Harper. One of those guys really needs to come out and be super aggressive, set the pace, and kind of set the tone to the second half. So if Fox can do that here to start the half, and then Harper can continue it when he comes in, I think it'll give the Spurs a good chance to get back into the game. Because I wouldn't say that OKC's playing astronomically well or anything. Like they're just looking unbeatable right now. The role players are hitting some shots. They're getting to the line. They've got 20 points from the line. So stop fouling. Play hard defense, but try not to foul. Get some stops, and then try to get your guards going on the other end. If you're the Spurs, if you're OKC, keep picking your spots, right? Shea's picking his spots. He's getting his foul calls tonight. He's getting physical, and he's finding his guys for open looks, and they're knocking him down tonight. We saw McCain miss that one here at the end of the half, but we saw Jalen Williams hit one, Casey Wallace hit one, Caruso hit a couple. So got these role players here hitting some shots that we did not see them hit in Game 4. Saw how lopsided it was, but you see the effect of what it does tonight. And not only is that the home court effect, but that's also them making some adjustments within the game as well. But Spurs, other than starting off with that energy, just kind of seen it drop. You haven't really seen them get in a flow or a rhythm since then. And for them, I think you want to get out, want to get running a little bit and try to get some early buckets and try to get something on the break. But they really got to take care of the ball, man. They've struggled in these 3 games in OKC taking care of the ball. Some of their guys making good decisions, and so these guards got to make good decisions. But I think it just really comes down to Fox or Harper, one of these guys stepping up here in the second half and matching, what OKC bench is giving them as far as some of their open shots. Good that we got, Spurs got Champagny going. That's obviously a good sign. Keldon seems to be aggressive tonight as well. But we need these guards to join the party and start scoring, right? Whether it's Fox or Dylan Harper. Huge storyline in this game. As far as the points for the OKC bench, Caruso up to 14 tonight. He's plus 18. You got Casey Wallace, who's got 7. He's plus 20. And then you got Williams and Jalen Williams and Kendrick Williams coming in and hitting big threes as well. So OKC's bench stepping up, and that's been the difference. That's kind of been the ticker, right? Game 4 didn't happen. Spurs big blowout win, but when that OKC bench has stepped up, we've seen this OKC team be pretty tough to beat. So, and it's happening here again tonight. Winston.
All right, we at halftime right now, boys.
Appreciate everybody tuning in. That like button. Get back to it right now. Here in a little bit, Thunder 9, Spurs 58.
7-point lead. Oh, you got in the second half. Got the poll going up too. Back. Got Castle here putting the lock on Shea. Right there. Yeah, man. I mean, this game's really just going back and forth. Spurs got off to that fast start, and then OKC came back, took the lead, and pretty much had the lead the rest of the half. But Spurs showing flashes of what they can do, but they really need to get someone going, like Fox or Wimby, get them in that pick and roll, get a little rhythm, and then their role players will play off of that. Yeah, if the Spurs want to have a chance to close it out in 6 and not have their back against the wall at home, they're gonna step it up in this third. OKC's not going anywhere, man. They're just finishing shots for a reason. A lot of people hating on them right now, obviously. NBA fans are rooting for Spurs. I really don't care who wins basketball, and if the Spurs win, it's gonna be popping here in San Antonio. That's all I know. It'll be good for the city for sure. But at the same time, OKC, they're not right now, man. They're gonna have to beat. See what happens here. Spurs gonna be here for a while though. Team's young. We're gonna see it for years to come. By this next decade. So y'all strap up the old boots. Get going here. But appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Vote in that poll. Looks like we got 86% Spurs. We got a couple people voting for OK. Mostly Spurs fans in here. Let us know who you got in this series, and then let us know who you got in the finals. We know Knicks are going to be in the East, representing the East off that sweep. Cleveland, so know who you got, Spurs, AC, or Knicks. Finals. Whichever one of these teams playing the Knicks is going to be a hell of a series. Knicks are playing. And again, they haven't had to go up against. This is that layups. Stephon Castle wide open. And those are plays the Spurs can definitely not afford to have. Definitely on the not afford to miss a wide open point blank. After all in all, they're only down by 11. They have a chance to get back in this game in the third quarter. Ball game. Yeah, so yeah, Shea has 19 at the half, Wimby with 11, Castle only with 5 rebounds.
Yeah, we saw Shea get off to a slow start, but he got things going and really started at the free throw line for him. And it just kind of goes from there. But now the MVP making his mark on this game. The sweet step back there on Wimby almost made Wimby fall there.
Yeah, and you got the shooter's touch right there on the shot, but yeah, I can't. Yes,
Huh.
bucket on that one, man.
Huh. Yeah, he's never going to get that call in his life.
Dylan Parker has more points off the bench. Hey, Neil. That's crazy. Hey, vibe. I don't know about all that. Just because I don't know if Keldon was crazy as this one right here.
You know, there was
Puts his own teammate and shit.
there was something on the.
It's nice.
I was trying to check my bookmarks because the NBA store. I don't know if I bookmarked it, but probably didn't. But the NBA store earlier today, this morning, that's not going to be back up. Apparently, they had NBA Finals on there, and they had OKC and New York on there on the NBA store website last night after the Knicks won.
That's crazy. Oh, Shaquan
Saquon.
Oh yeah, the homies at the corner at this one there. They're gonna have host. Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay. They asked me to. I might. Yeah, I don't think. That's right.
Alright, so we're at the second half getting started here. JB Ball Talk back in action. Stay at the top of the key, guarded by Champagny. Gonna kick it to Chet. Pump fake on Vassell. Kick it back to Shea. Gonna get in the paint. Tries to get it back to Chet. A lot of traffic in there, but Chet recovers. Goes to dunk the ball. I don't know if he got it off in time or not with the dunk. He didn't, so they're going to call a violation here to start the game. Let's see if the Spurs can grab a little bit of momentum here to start this second half. As Ben said earlier, it's extremely important, who comes out in this third quarter with the energy. Wemby at the elbow. Little jab on Hartenstein, then gives him a spin. Off the glass, no good. Thunder with the rebound here. 69-58. Kane driving baseline. Little Steve Nash dribble. Gives it to Dort. Dort on the wing for three, no good. And Penny over to Fox. Fox is going to attack McCain. Get in the paint. Use his body. Try to go up strong. Felt like he got fouled. Didn't get a call. Excuse me. McCain there. Misses the layup. Gets blocked by Wemby. But OKC recovers and Dort gets the bucket. Offensive foul on Champagny. Another screen there that they're going to call a foul on. And that's the fourth foul on Champagny. Spurs got to be careful, man. This is danger time right now. They're down big right now. They can't afford to continue to get down against this team on the road. Kane gets inside. Gets fouled by Fox and gets the bucket to go. That's the last thing they need is for him to get going. But McCain with the strong drive. And we've seen that a lot from De'Aaron Fox at times on defense. He gets frustrated and just fouls people or sticks his arm in there. And McCain really just threw it up and got lucky off the glass. And he's going to go to the line and try to complete an and one here. But bad foul by Fox there. And if you're going to foul him, don't let him get the shot up, Luckily, McCain misses the free throw here. 73-58. Getting to 10 minutes left here in this third quarter. Spurs yet to score. Victor taking his time on Hartenstein. Gets in the paint. Kicks it to Vassell. Vassell kicks it to Champagny. He's going to drive. Try to throw it off the glass. No good. No rebounders. Not a great possession.
Uh-oh.
Danger zone for the Spurs here.
Yep. Step back, Shea, three, bang! Hey, right now. Looking hot in the third quarter. OKC is rolling 76-58. Dare I say we see a blowout here, like we saw in Game 4 for the Spurs. Haven't seen one yet for OKC. I mean, they've won a couple of games kind of handily, like taking possessions at the end, like by 10 points. And haven't really blown them out like Spurs did last game to OKC. They didn't even play a fourth quarter, or they even played in the fourth quarter last game.
Yeah, and a lot of people are not at this point in the series not expecting that, especially with the injury to OKC. You figured they play better at home. Of course, the role players always play better at home, but see, an 18-point lead here early in the third quarter of Game 5, just not what you want to see. You're part of the Spurs organization or a Spurs fan, especially with this being probably the biggest game for the Spurs since they were in the finals with I would say, in the deep they've gone since. So
yeah,
extremely important game, and obviously game just NBA in general. We haven't seen Western Conference competitive Western Conference Finals since the Thunder or since the Warriors and the Rockets. So obviously high expectations, but we still got to remember the Spurs are young. They're ahead of schedule.
Yeah,
I mean, they're in a tough environment. They're facing a hostile environment. But to see a guy like De'Aaron Fox not step up in this moment is a little frustrating. It can be a little disappointing.
Well, he hasn't even been in this situation.
And that's true too. But he is a vet, though.
I know. I'm saying in the Western Conference Finals,
you would expect
though,
if anybody is going to step up, it would be him.
Yeah.
But but yeah, these guys are right now. The Spurs are struggling, and OKC have a stranglehold on this game.
Well, to go back to your point about them not having the experience, we knew this going into it, and this is the first time we're actually kind of seeing it real time. I guess besides maybe the Game 3 loss at home with the Spurs, they had kind of showed it a little bit there, but they're showing some little bit of experience here, just by not matching the energy fully. Okay, see, then again, I mean, a lot of Spurs fans are going to blame it on the refs, which, I agree to a certain extent that the refs are favoring OKC at times. But you got to play through that, man. There's not really much you can do. And the Spurs have left points on the floor. Castle with that layup he missed, a few other boneheaded plays they've made. So there is some things they can clean up. Obviously, not coming out here hot in the third quarter. Yeah, I mean, this could be another learning experience in this game. If they end up getting blown out, get momentum to possibly, or to come back in Game 6, get the dub, and then force a Game 7, which I expect coming in this. So it looks like here after that timeout, Wemby calling everybody to rally the troops. So let's see what happens here. They're coming together. They're combining their powers like Dragon Ball Z. They're fusing together. They're gonna create a super Wemby. But no, they're actually gonna do it here. They're gonna try to make a little push, make a comeback. I mean, down by 18.
Yeah, it looks like Wemby was. Hey, but that's pretty huge when you see the whole team gather around like that. Like, you don't see that from a lot of teams. Like, there's always some players that are in the back not paying attention or whatever, but you can see how together this team obviously is and how much they respect Vic. So see if they can get some energy going after that.
A lot of time left.
Oh no. Come off the timeout, and the first thing they do is turn it over, and of
Fox?
course it's De'Aaron Fox.
He didn't even look, bro. He thought Wemby was there and Wemby was moving.
Just may not be their night tonight, but they lose this game tonight, you're obviously asking the Spurs to win 2 in a row against this team, which is going to be very tough.
Well, no one's won back-to-back games in this series so far.
Well, OKC did 2 and 3, but
oh yeah, you're right.
that's why this scares me, because they win this game, they can very much end it in San Antonio in Game 6.
Yeah, or they have 2 chances to basically end it. That's big when it comes.
Well,
close to the game.
As you know, if the Spurs were to win Game 6, that'd probably put the pressure back on OKC. But at the end of the day, you're right. They have, they feel like they would be okay at home. What a lob from Castle here to Wemby. Wemby gets it to go with the little one-hand touch.
No, you're right. They would put the pressure back on if they were to force a 7. I think even then, the OKC's confident based off what they did last year in the conference finals and in the finals. The finals winning that Game 7 with OKC. So how?
Still a lot of time left in this game, though. We've obviously seen both these teams come back from big deficits, so it can definitely happen. Going to be a tall task on the road here. They're probably going to need OKC to miss a lot of shots. Let's see if they can get some momentum. It's just got to, chip away at it run by run. Hartenstein gets over to Chet, who's got Fox on him, and that's just a mismatch. And
Fox was being physical.
Surprised they didn't call a foul on Fox, but yeah. Typically, Fox gets in that position down low, he's just going to hack whoever he's guarding. A 17-point lead here for OKC. Just under 9 minutes left. There's McCain attacking in the paint. Step back at the free throw line. Good to go. So McCain's in a rhythm now. Those role players stepping up for OKC. Here's Castle getting in the paint. That's a goaltend. Something. Or was it coming out and Wemby tipped it?
Wemby tipped it. Oh,
Yeah.
But someone hit the net. Oh, so
I
it's
thought
called
one of the
goaltending.
OKC players was trying.
It looked like Wemby tipped it while I was in the center.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Could have been. Hey, look at it here.
Offensive.
And they look.
Oh, they're not. Oh, they goaltending.
Spurs getting away with one there.
Yeah, they get a
points. They get a stop here. Get into this lead. Okay, here, taking it on Castle, gets doubled, soft double.
Gosh. Fucking
Jared McCain off the wing. Now couldn't get there quick.
Jared McCain is up to 11 points now, 5 for 10. We saw him put up 20 in that game 3. There's Champagny getting in the lane, good footwork. Gonna get an and one, try to get the old-fashioned way. Champagny having a big night tonight. He can get up to 20 points here, but other than that, we haven't really seen anybody else from the Spurs win the party in this right here.
Oh, that's the. That makes sense.
Yes, that's the extent he had to go to. But we had a storm rolling through San Antonio.
Yeah, I got a little bit of thunder coming in.
The Champagny.
Ironic thunder.
Yeah, figuratively and realistically.
You're rolling down here after this game.
Oh man, Chet just got Stephen Castle in the paint.
I mean, that's the thing about Chet. He has a mismatch pretty much on everybody except Wemby. So
Yeah, when he gets that
Size-wise.
switch, I mean, he knows he gets to the paint and down there. Probably more of what Wemby needs. I don't. They kicking to the corner for Chet. Chet trying to work, loses the ball, turnover. Spurs on the break. They need a bucket here. This is where they thrive. Eldon Johnson gets to the basket. 15-point lead for OKC. That's exactly what they need. The Spurs need to get out in the break, whether it's turnovers, missed shots, and try to get easy buckets. Here's Shea working on Keldon. Step back. Mitty, no good. Oh my gosh. Tony Brothers.
of course it's Tony Brothers.
Gonna come in. Just like, even last game, I would say, maybe the Spurs got a favorable whistle last game with Scott Foster. Well, the OKC seems to be getting a favorable whistle with Tony Brothers tonight. It's pretty evident. Air ball by Chet here. Spurs going to get it back. Try to push the pace a little bit. 85-70. Wemby gets in the paint, kicks it to Keldon in the corner. 3-ball. So Keldon, a little mini run here from the Spurs to try to get back in this game. 8-0 run here. Caruso throwing it up to Chet. A little high, but good catch by Chet, and he was able to still put it in. Uh-oh. Chet and Wemby might be having words here. Chet's got 14.7 rebounds, so he's making an impact on this game. Castle gets it over to Harper. Harper's going to take the wing 3. No good. Good rebound by Keldon. Back out to Castle. Ooh, he's going to hit a 3 from the top of the key. Love to see the confidence from the young fella. First cut the lead to 11. Oh, what are they going to call here? Chet trying to set a screen. It looks like Johnson fighting over the screen. They're going to call a foul. Wemby getting in the paint. Just no look to Keldon in the corner. Keldon knocks down that ball there. Chet, after that dunk, grabs Wemby's arm there. He didn't like it. Here's Shea. Got Vassell on him. Vassell's played good defense on him throughout this series, and he's going to give it up to Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams is going to throw up some bullshit.
That was tough.
Teardrop looking thing.
That was a horrible shot.
Here's Vassell in the corner. Need it. Got it. Big for the
Back to
Spurs.
11-point lead.
No,
Or not
cut it to
8-point
single
lead.
digits now. They was just at 11. Add 3 more. Cut it to 8, Ben. You're right. Here we go. So Spurs, just like that, back in the game. Wemby had a talk with his team. Mitch made some little mini adjustments there. Really, they got De'Aaron Fox out of the game, who I love Fox, but he just doesn't seem to be playing very well tonight.
Well, he's just not himself, too, with that ankle.
And I think Keldon's really giving him a boost. He seems to be hustling, not only scoring, but he's also getting rebounds. So, gonna need that here. Non-Wimby minutes here in this second half are going to be crucial. Are they able to get into this lead and then let Wimby take a rest and still not, still not have OKC push that lead even more while Wimby's on the bench? So they're gonna have to hold pat when Wimby does sit, and at least not let OKC extend the lead, but they don't necessarily have to dig into that lead, but they got to keep it where it's at while Wimby's off the floor.
He's barking on.
Maybe he hears them.
But I had to put Angel in the end. Yeah, but I put Angel in the room because it's raining outside.
He might smell her.
We just not want to bet again. Continue with the scheme to win this game. No. Shit. Well. What is wrong?
What's him?
I mean, you can trap him in here if you want. Yeah, so Thunder started on a run coming out the third, and now the Spurs are on a run. Let's see who finishes out the third here with 5 minutes, 23 seconds left to kick it out to Crusoe in the corner. He's going to miss the three. Roll in and out. Hartenstein's going to get the board, though. Pass it to Crusoe. Going to swing it around. Back to Shea at the top of the key. Pick and roll. Crusoe gets it to Crusoe, top of the key. Three. He's been hitting them, and he hits another one.
There it is. So, Thunder call timeout, draw up a good play, and get one of their excellent role players a good look from the top of the key.
That was the second opportunity, actually. They got off to that, but yeah. Oh! Vassell for three. He's going to miss it. Follows on rebound. They'll get it. Throw it out to Wimby. Get it to Castle. Castle gets to Wimby for a three on top of the key. Miss it, though. In and out. Hardside's going to get the board. The Spurs down by 11 here.
We haven't seen Wimby hit a three yet tonight. Stop it.
Oh, wow. Hartenstein drives, kick it to Crusoe for three. He's a good look, but he misses that one. Hartenstein's human. I mean, Crusoe's human. He missed one. Wimby here taking it
Passes it to Keldon. Got Crusoe on him. You want to go outside or?
Oh, I just beat him, bro.
All right, 90 to 79. So 11-point game. Fox with the ball here. Pick and roll. Harper. Fox gonna take it in the lane. Little fadeaway. His patented fadeaway, and he makes it. Good sign for the Spurs there. Still a lot of time left in this third. 4 minutes left. Time for the Spurs to still get back in it before the fourth. And Hartenstein, though, with a little floater, is going to miss out the back rim. He's going to get it back, though. Kick it to Williams for a three at the top of the key. And Williams is going to hit his second three of the game, which is big for OKC. It seems like all OKC's role players are hitting right now. Doing a little something. Got Fox over to Keldon, driving in the lane. He's going to miss it. They're going to call travel. Up there.
So no Wemby here right now. Big minutes here for the Spurs. Fox hit that jumper. That was only his second shot of the game. He's 2 for 10 in this game, so not what you want to see if you're a Spurs fan. Here's Shea guarded by Harper, getting in the lane, tries to pass it, turnover, so lucky break for the Spurs here.
Yeah, so Hartenstein and Straight are on the same page there. I'm gonna turn it over. I think they do.
Obviously, we've seen it all series. The difference have been the role players for OKC.
Yeah. Bench player, man. It's just, I mean, the Spurs are deep, but he might be deeper, man. I don't know how to say it, man.
Yeah, no, they're definitely deeper.
It's crazy.
More experience too, as we touched on from the beginning. Shea misses a jumper here. Fox with the rebound. He can get himself going. Gets in the lane. Stop. Pop. Got it.
That's what he does. Like in a little groove here now, Joel. We'll see if they grimacing right there.
Yeah, the
his
ankle's
ankle.
probably bothering him, but he's giving it all he's got. So
Down by 10. Wemby's on the floor. There's a big minutes right here. Shea's taking it on Harper. Middle of the paint. Gets it to Hartenstein from there. Floater over Cornet, and he makes it. Get a 12-point lead now again. Harper coming back the other way. Gets Vassell over Williams for three. They call the foul and 1-3.
Oh.
Vassell.
Overkill.
Gonna be a 4-point play possibly right there. A little overkill.
we've seen Vassell make some huge plays in this series, and that was another one right there. But hopefully that gets him going here.
Yeah. He hasn't really done much on that, but he can get going quick.
Well, and one here. They're going to try to complete a 4-point play, try to cut into this lead for OKC. Get it back to 8. See if we see Wemby in this third quarter to end it, unless Mitch just kind of finished it off with Cornet. But we're going to see here. Dell misses the free throw, so doesn't complete the 4-point play, unfortunately.
It was only a
Triple
Spurs
kill.
Still down 9-0, and Castle's going to pick up another cheap foul on Shea here. Frustrating night for Castle on defense. Don't really know what else he can do, but definitely playing too physical there. There's a bad foul there by Castle, just running into Shea. Got to be smarter than that. Lucky Shea in and out, misses the first free throw.
Yeah, so Shea misses his first free throw. They're up by 10. Fox takes it in the lane, kicks it out. Champagny taking on Hartenstein. Oh no, Hartenstein, I'm sorry, Chet. Ooh, Champagny over Chet. Yeah, it seems like none of the guards are scared of Chet at all. They're taking it right into his body. He jumped up on the bed.
Yeah. Winston got bunnies.
Made up it. All right, SGA here. Champagny. Oh, that's right around him. Gets to the bucket and gets fouled by Cornette there. Got hit in the head. Jay has a chance to cut this lead back to 10. Still a minute 17 left in this third. Still Wimby on the court.
Please don't tell me they're gonna.
He was. Back to 10. He goes. Quarter boy. I'm right here. Back almost. Overtime. Oh.
Oh man, what a play by Casey Wallace.
Yeah, that could have been goaltending. Cornette was calling for it, but oh, and then they're gonna call a foul on Cornette hanging on Williams' back. And Cornette's still lobbying for the goaltending. Oh, Cornette had tipped it back into
The goaltend.
No. I think Cornette got it clean when it came off.
Yeah, but that's
it was a goaltend on
by-
Kaysen.
yeah.
Yeah, when he hit it after Cornette tipped it. Yeah. It was so close. It was a bang bang play though.
Yeah, it was a heck of a play by Casey Wallace to get up there, but it did look like it could have been somewhat of a goaltend. So Wimby coming back for this last minute. Try to get a couple offensive possessions out of him here. See if they can cut into this. OKC, getting to that 100-point mark here in 3 quarters. Tough to deal with. Here's Fox. Getting a pick from Wimby. Back to Wimby here. Off his foot.
That was off. Oh.
This is getting
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I'm not
man.
surprised. I'm not surprised he gave him a tech right there.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, he asked him a challenge that was can't. The ref can't. This is the Western Conference Finals, bro. You can't just sit there and be like, "Oh, I didn't see you." Like, you got to make sure because see, he's telling them. Yeah, they can't do that. I mean, this is the Western Conference Finals. Every play is critical and crucial to the outcome of this series, and it's just, for the refs to allow that and then tee him up on top of it, it's just Tony Brothers has clearly made his mark in this game. And it was clearly off of Chet.
Oh, it was
there,
off Chet's
as
foot.
you
See, I didn't see it live. It looked like it was off Wimby's foot.
It looked like it was off somebody's foot, but yeah.
Well, yeah, it looked like
but
live.
Wimby's got the biggest
Yeah,
foot.
yeah.
So.
Live, it looked like someone hit it and it rolled off his foot and ran out of bounds.
Yeah.
But obviously, right there, you could tell it was clearly off
Yeah,
Chet.
so,
I'm not, it
so
would've
seeing
been a
that,
good challenge,
seeing
yeah.
that there, Spurs would have won the challenge, and now instead of the 3 points that OKC just gets,
Yeah.
Spurs could have cut it to 8, and now it's pushed to, 11. So it's just, or push back to 13 as Lou Dort fouls here.
He definitely got him with the body. Might have got ball at the top, but I
Yeah.
think he ran into him with the body before he.
So, a lot of calls going on, a lot of complaining going on, per usual. Fox gets to the line, see if this can get him going a little bit.
What the heck is Tony Brothers doing, bro?
He's telling him he got it on the
Oh,
wrist.
he's telling me he got him on the
Yeah.
wrist. Yeah.
Yeah, Tony Brothers is.
Wrist, brother.
If you're a ref, it's better if people don't know your name and don't see you on TV. These refs, some of these refs, man, just in the NBA,
I wonder if the refs. I wonder
they
if
think
the
that
new
they're
age-
like the star of the show sometimes. It's crazy.
I wonder what they should. I wonder if they should do. Hire some brand new refs and just put some type of mask over. And then they can't be. They can still be biased. The only way you get away from the bias stuff is by AI ref. But if you do AI, the ref, then it's gonna. I feel like the game will go down so much. Or every little.
Yeah, there's a.
Yeah, I feel like it would slow down. That's another reason why. It would slow the game. Yeah, it would be like a 4 or 5 hour game or something like that. It's already like 3 hours.
Oh, here's that. His free throw from Fox, and he's gonna get a foul and fine here. Funny how every player looks at the play as if they just weren't involved in the play that just happened. Like, what just happened, bro? What does it matter what the replay should show? What you just did. Foul somebody and then can they see it? Wimby here trying to cut it to 10 points. Going to the fourth quarter. Does. Still though, you just feel like it's KC's game to lose at this point, man.
Yeah, they're at home. They got the momentum. Ain't almost like that. So it's gonna be a 10-point game here going into the fourth quarter. KC's got the
Go Spurs,
momentum.
go!
But the Spurs did get back in the game. They were down by almost 20 at one point. I think 18 in that third in the beginning, and then they came roaring back. We wanted to see after when we rallied the troops. So they got it going. Yeah, there was that little mix-up right there with Mitch calling the challenge, and they didn't get it. So, they're trying to push through all that, though, and still make a comeback and get this game. Let's see if the Spurs can do it. It'll be interesting for sure, man. Coming down to the wire here. Let us know who you got in the chat. JB Ball Talk, we out here.
JB Ball
We out
Talk.
here in San Antonio, Texas. It's actually thunderstorming out here. We're getting a little rain forecast news during the timeout. If you are in San Antonio, make sure you stay dry, you stay inside, you stay safe. We don't want no slippage out here. Appreciate everybody tuning in, though. Make sure you hit that like, vote in that poll. Right now, we got 79% Spurs winning tonight. OKC 21, even though OKC has a 10-point lead. That poll is not accurate. I'm just playing. It's probably just a lot more Spurs fans. But 14 votes. I mean, yeah, the Spurs could still come back and win. They got a whole down by 10 a whole fourth quarter, so it's definitely not over yet. 100%. But yeah, let's stay in it, man. Make sure follow us on Twitter. Joel be pretty active on the tweet. Get to the Twitter. Let's see what's going on right here. This was definitely goaltending by Casey Wallace. They did not call this 100%. Cornette waits till the ball come off the rim. He tips it back in. He gets over the rim, and then Casey Wallace. So they didn't call that. That's one call they missed. That was a tough call. I mean, I don't have to call that live. Let's see. The Tony Brothers production. Pretty funny right there. It's like a tweet. Let us know who you got in this game. Let us know who you got in the finals, man. We got the Knicks there. Let us know if you think the Knicks are going to win it, or if you think these two, Spurs or DC, are going to win. Follow us on the Twitter, like I said, JB Ball Talk. We'll be on there. Also follow us on TikTok. Obviously, subscribe to our YouTube, where we're posting out some more content. Try to get more. I can go out and do some interviews, man. I mean, Spurs right now possibly get to the Game 7. I get to a Game 7. It's definitely be Game 6 here in San Antonio Thursday night. So we might go out and do some interviews. We'll see how the weather's like. See how the Spurs fans are feeling out here against the OKC. You know what I mean? Back. But yeah, y'all let us know. Hello? Oh, yeah, I got you. I think Joel was in the open the front door, but I can do that though. I'll open it real quick. No, I mean I'll open it real quick for you if you want. I don't care. Is it?
I got it.
All right. Yeah, it's starting to pour outside. My brother just getting into the crib. All right, here we got a fourth quarter coming up. Here we go, boys. This is it. Fourth quarter. Spurs with the ball. Castle taking on Casey Wallace, gets the pick from Wemby. Throw it in the corner to Champagny. Champagny's gonna drive off the pump fake. Get it to Wemby. Wemby over Hartenstein, but he missed it. And they're gonna call a jump ball. They couldn't tell who it went off of. Wemby trying to float it in with his left hand right there. Couldn't get it. Went off the back rim. Game's ramping up here in the fourth quarter. Let us know who you got in the chat. Make sure you vote in that poll. Tony Brothers definitely making his mark on this game. They're reviewing this right now. Let's see. They called it a jump ball, but they might switch it to Spurs ball because it was off Hartenstein. All right, so Castle gets the tip from Wemby. Oh, Castle threw it at the ref thinking he was Fox. That was bad. Come on, Castle.
Got Casey Wallace here, getting in the lane, trying to put some pressure on Wimby, get it to Hartenstein. Hartenstein with a nasty floater over Wimby. I don't know. No way Wimby's blocking that, man. Gotta hope he misses that. 103-91, 12-point game. Wimby for 3, top of the key. Cut into this lead, but he's gonna miss it. Hartenstein's gonna get the board, gives it to McCain. 11 minutes still left in this fourth, but OKC comes out shooting, getting shots first, and McCain for 3 on the wing, but he misses it. Hartenstein gets the long rebound.
Right now, it looks like OKC
Oh!
just wants it more, but
Yeah,
they turn
but
it over.
turn over by the Spurs right here. Castle has a chance to get a bucket, and he does. He makes the layup over Crusoe, so it cuts it to a 10-point lead.
Spurs really got to get everything they got here in this fourth quarter, Ben.
Yeah, they got to start it right now. They cannot let OKC get going at all.
They might not be able to sit Vic at all in this fourth.
I wouldn't. Oh, Hartenstein just fell and lost the ball, so this is a cut break for the Spurs.
Oh, no.
Oh, bad
Bad
pass by
pass.
Champagny, though, trying to get it to Wimby, trying to force it.
Come on.
Oh, and then Hartenstein's going to come back the other way. He was still down the court, and he gets the easy dunk. So it's going to be a 12-point lead now with 10 minutes left again. Shea just resting on the bench. So no Shea minutes. This is the time when the Spurs need to get back in it. That little weather delay going on. I guess we're getting some technical difficulties. Missed the play. It looks like the Spurs missed, though. Hartenstein's going to throw it up to Chet over Castle. And he's going to get wrapped up by Castle, and they're going to call foul there. Kind of off balance anyways, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough for Castle because he really only knows one way to play, and that's, to be aggressive. So when the refs are calling it like this, obviously a couple of it were fouls. That is a foul there. He is foul, but then I guess he felt that grabbed his hand as he reached in there. But I think originally when he first reached, that was probably a foul. If he grabbed Chet's arm. Here's another turnover by OKC. Harper on the break. Gonna lob it to Wimby. Oh! Wimby misses it. Timing wasn't great. Spurs were able to get it back somehow, though, and Vassell misses the 3. Oh, man. So some opportunities here for San Antonio, and they're just not capitalizing here in the fourth quarter. Here's Caruso. Oh, gets the fake on Wimby, but misses the layup. That would have been nice, but he missed it. Here's Wimby, gets it over to Keldon. He's going to get blocked by Casey Wallace. Holmgren on the break. He's going to body Keldon, but Keldon's going to get his hand on the ball and be called a jump ball, it looks like here. But San Antonio getting their opportunities here to start the fourth quarter, just not capitalizing. And I don't know if Wimby just mistimed that jump or if he just didn't catch it right or what, but the defense there by Keldon, but they called a foul. I thought he tied him up, but they called a foul on Keldon there. So Chet gives the Thunder a 14-point lead. Spurs again in that danger zone. They let it get stretched out here. We can just call it a night. Here's Vic. Gets it at the elbow and just comes back out and then tries to go back in. It's just not going to work, bro. You just gotta stay inside, man. Victor 3 for 13 and 16 points tonight, but he as well, him and Fox just struggle lean from the floor, and really they're not going to win a game if their two best players are 6 of 30 from the floor, or 6 of 25, whatever they are, bro. Like, it's just, they're not going to win a game. Here's Keldon picking up another foul on Chet, trying to get physical with them, grabbing his jersey. Kane misses a jumper. Spurs gather the rebound. Here's Harper on a little mini break. Gonna call a foul on the Thunder here. Foul trouble for the Spurs tonight. Keldon with 5, Castle with 5, Julian Champagny with 4. So not a good sign for the Spurs. Still got a lot of time in this fourth quarter, and you got Castle over there straddled on the bench because he's in foul trouble. Here's Fox getting in the lane, misses the layup. Wemby with the rebound and the putback. But just not enough from these star players tonight. But see if they can push here at the end of the fourth. 107-95, Thunder up 12. Jay, fresh off the bench, step back, short. I don't know if he was arguing for a foul, but yeah, Spurs want to try to cut this lead to 10 or single digits. Here's Vic. I don't really like this too much, but he does spin on Hartenstein and get fouled. And not a smart foul by Hartenstein, but he did get caught with his hand in the cookie jar there. Vic did a good job of drawing that foul. He can get up at the line here. Gonna take a timeout here with 7:25 left here in the fourth quarter. OKC up 11. Do the Spurs have one last push in them? This critical game 5 here. About to find out.
So if you see our stream just end, just know my power went out.
Yeah, we're having a major thunderstorm.
Everybody drops some.
So not only are the Thunder whooping the Spurs on the court, but the Thunder's also whooping our ass over here in actual San Antonio, Texas. So we're having a storm, but it's all good because it's about to roll through and we're about to make a comeback, just like the Spurs are about to make a comeback. Probably not, but that's all right. They may, I'm trying to do the old double jinx there, but
It's not looking good.
it's not looking good.
I'm not seeing it here, Lloyd.
Yeah, we haven't really seen it all game, so we'll see if Fox and Wemby can get going here at the end. Maybe they can get a pick and roll. I mean, it doesn't take much. Vic's at the line. He's got a couple free throws, so maybe it's just going to be to where they get ultra aggressive and start getting to the line and trying to get some points at the line. But I think this Fox and Victor pick and roll here in the fourth quarter is exactly what the doctor ordered. We'll see if they can get something going. At the very least, if Fox can't get a shot, he typically can find somebody, maybe a three-point shooter or somebody to an open shot. So we haven't seen much of Carter Bryant tonight. Haven't seen much of Harrison Barnes. It seemed like Mitch kind of drinking his bench a little bit on the road, playing the starters a little bit more. But Keldon's playing well, so he's getting a little bit more minutes tonight. Harper's been off and on, but you really haven't got, you really haven't had your star players get going. Vic and Aaron are just struggling, both from the floor, bad. So, I mean, they were down 2-3 possessions. I would say, man, they're in a good position, but being down double digits right now and being down double digits the majority of this second half, haven't really been able to do that and cut it under, I think, 8 points. I think they got it to 8, but that's about as close as it's been. What the heck are we seeing on this Twitter sphere? Crazy shit every day, man. We got this last stretch here in the fourth quarter. Let's see if the Spurs can garner some momentum. They've been playing a little bit better since, Wemby had that little powwow and that during that timeout kind of spoke his mind. Told him we got to play with some heart. So they're just not shooting well, and sometimes that happens, man. There's some nights where you're not shooting well, and I don't necessarily like the shot selection from Vic, but at the end of the day, he's got a couple open threes that he should be able to knock down. He hasn't been able to tonight. Hasn't been able to really get to his spots like we've seen in the games that the Spurs have won. Yeah, credit to Hartenstein after game one. We were talking about him possibly being unplayable, maybe them taking him out, but he really dedicated himself to guarding Wemby, and since then he's been able to kind of make an impact on the offensive end as well, kind of.
Yeah, definitely with that floater. I don't think he showed that floater once in game one. And shout out to Chandler, because Chandler actually mentioned that after game first loss, saying that, or when OKC lost. Wait.
Yeah,
OKC lost. I'm sorry. Yeah, one time. Saying that Hartenstein usually gets good 10 points, is a solid role player, does his thing on the boards. And that ended up being the turn factor, like you said.
Yeah. That turn for them after that game one.
Okay,
well, here's the Spurs and cut it to single digits here.
still 7 minutes left.
Here's Fox getting in the lane. Nice little pull up. He's been able to knock that down a couple times tonight. So big shot here by Fox. Obviously, these guys, they're good enough to where they don't have to make stuff all game, but in the fourth quarter, they can get it going and they can get hot.
You can't trade buckets.
Yeah, can't trade buckets. Definitely need some stops. OKC has turned over the ball here in the fourth quarter a couple times. Let's see if they can get another one. Day with the bump. Gets it to Hartenstein, and he gets another little flip in. And this guy, just another guy that just kind of does the dirty work and is in the right spot a lot of times. 12 points and 12 rebounds for Hartenstein. So putting an imprint on this game. Here's Fox. Vassell coming off the curl screen. Gets to the basket. Nice layup, but he misses it.
No, getting back late. They have numbers, and McCain gets a wide open three.
Yeah.
And he makes it.
And Mitch doesn't like that. Mitch is instantly going to call a timeout, and so they can feel it now. Spurs, just like Ben said, Vassell just kind of hung back there and do that against OKC,
Last
man.
guy,
They're going to
last
take
guy.
advantage.
Yeah. Not looking good for the Spurs on this one, guys, but I had a feeling this was going to happen. Not this exactly, but it does give the opportunity for Spurs to go back home, win game 6, and then whichever. We're going to have to play a lot better. Yeah.
So a little 5-0 run there by OKC to push the lead back to 13, man. 12:99. About midway through this fourth quarter, this highly anticipated Game 5 here. I think a lot of people started favoring the Spurs after Game 4, just with the injuries OKC's having, but I think we're seeing some championship resilience from this OKC team tonight, but obviously the game is being called very differently than Game 4 was and some of these other games have been. It's just, you never know how these games are going to be called, but it seems like OKC is getting a favorable whistle tonight too as well. But players can't really do anything about it. They got to just keep playing. some players are just trying to determine how they can play each game based on what the refs are going to call and what not. And some players tend to struggle if it's called a little bit more ticky-tack or less. So it's just kind of the way it is. And I think in Game 4 we saw Scott Foster come in and have an impact, for the Spurs at some points in the game. And I've seen Tony Brothers doing that tonight for OKC at some points in the game. So it's just, I'm not sure why. But at the end of the day, the story being these OKC role players have stepped up and brought some scoring tonight, and that's what they lacked in Game 4 and in the games that they've lost. So I mean, it's tough too because the Spurs, obviously, they pulled out that one in double overtime. They don't win that one. I mean, OKC could be ending the series tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, that one too, they didn't win that one, they would have been down 3-0.
They would have lost.
Yeah, game 3 might have been a little different.
Yeah. If they would have been down 2-0, you're right. Well, that's why each game is.
Although they did come out in Game 3 and they went 15-0 and they just lost it,
Yeah, they just lost it. Yeah, that was crazy that they came out so hot and then they lost on. There goes Johnson.
So time left in this game, 5:30 left.
It's probably Kellen's best game of the playoffs, to be honest.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he hasn't really done much this series. I mean, the playoffs, he did pretty good in the last 2 series, but this series he hasn't really done much at all besides the game. SGA getting in the lane, kicks it out. Caruso in the corner, been deadly, and he hits another one.
Triple kill.
Alex Caruso, man. Got 20 points. He's 4 for 7 for 3. Harper here taking it on Cason Wallace. Gets in the lane, kicks it out to Keldon for corner 3. Oh, it bounced on the rim. Looked like it was going to bounce in, but it didn't. So Shea's come back the other way. Take it around Champagny. He's going to get to the baseline, kick it out to McCain for a 3 at top of the key, but he's going to miss it. Wemby's going to get the board. 14-point game. Can the Spurs get back in it with 4:30 left? Wemby with a deep 3. They needed that, but no, we couldn't get it. But Keldon being a monster on the boards gets a tip and then a putback. So
Keldon's working.
Yeah, Keldon's single-handedly keeping the Spurs in the game.
If you want to say that, yeah.
I mean, basically right now. Wemby did help out by getting the board. Caruso over Keldon off the dribble, but nah, I didn't think he was going to get that one. Used to those spot up 3s. All right, we got Castle coming the other way. They have a chance to cut into this lead. Castle attacks SGA. Oh, he kind of tripped on himself. I don't know if that was a foul or not. There's a lot of contact, but he had a chance to make the bucket. He missed it, but SGA is going to step back on Harper. He's going to miss the 3. Cason Wallace with a deep rebound. He's going to kick it out to McCain, and McCain's going to hit the 3. Just patented little celebration thingy.
Yay.
Painted fingernails.
Role player stepping up for OKC, but
Yeah, McCain's hasn't really done much.
I really would like to see Mitch go to a 3-guard lineup, but we've yet to see that.
Yeah, and maybe he's afraid that he's afraid. Look at Morris.
Oh, gosh.
What's that?
Yeah, I put her in Josh's room. I put her in the bathroom. Put her food in. Alright, so 102-118 looks like OKC might close this one out. Not much time left for this to come back. Let us know what you think. that, but this does end up holding. It's gonna be big, obviously. Bounce back. We've seen him bounce back before. Going back home Thursday night, so it'll be interesting. Be a good night, depending on the weather. It's maybe go out and do some interviews. Ask people. Stuff.
Winston. Winston.
All right, Fox here. Russo on him. Vassell off the curl is gonna get a look at three, but he's gonna miss it. Hartenstein's gonna get the board. That was definitely drawing up for Vassell to get a three there. SGA is gonna come back the other way, kick it to Hartenstein in the middle of the paint. Russo back to SGA. They're gonna waste some time here. So up by 15. McCain gets in the lane, tries to float over Wemby, but he misses it. Fox with the board. 3 minutes left. Not much time left here. Down by 15. They need something here, and big three by Castle, cut into that lead. So back to a 12-point game. The thing is, they haven't been able to really keep it consistently under 10 and get back in it. They just haven't been able to do it. So SGA gets it to Caruso. Back to SGA. They're going to double SGA. SGA is going to go right away, around in, just get to the lane and lay it up through all that traffic with Wemby in the paint. I don't know if he was getting Gortat screened by Hartenstein. Could have been. Fox there. This is a three at the top of the key. Had a good look at it. So it's going to be a 14-point game. 2:18 left. Looks like OKC might hold on to this win. There was a foul on a push on Fox, I think, in the paint off of the shot. I think. Oh, if you Mason Plumlee's coming in the game, you know what that means.
White flag.
Literally white flag. So those the OKC fans here giving to the Spurs coming on the bench or throwing the white flag. Plumlee comes in and makes an immediate impact. Big ball. All right.
Look for these guys to play extremely physical on this possession with the OKC starters still out there. I don't know if they're going to make some subs here, but these starters are out here. Watch this physical play.
Olenek needs to throw a couple of elbows when they
Look, see.
people
Yeah.
wanted Olenek in the game just to be dirty. Like
I'm saying Olenek.
they were like, put Olenek instead of
Olenek, Bismack, and Mason
Cornette.
Plumlee,
So they
dude.
could do some dirty plays.
Guys put in the game to be bruisers, man. So, Spurs are going to wave the white flag. Call it a night. OKC is going to take a 3-2 lead in this series. Obviously, the winner of Game 5, I think, wins.
Justin texts me what?
Nothing's gone except Hey boy.
Talking about
McCain.
McCain, yeah.
That's funny. We know.
Well, he did hit that three to kind of seal it right there to get him back on 15.
That's that, and that's kind of been the difference in this series. I mean, we've talked about it. It's just those role players for OKC didn't really knock down shots in Game 1. Spurs won, and then they had good games in 2 and 3, and now in Game 5. And so, really, however OKC goes, it's going to be on those role players.
Yeah, you're right, and you're 100% right. And honestly, McCain wouldn't even probably be playing in this series. Mitchell and Jalen Williams were healthy, so he would maybe get like scrap minutes.
Yeah.
Fantasies right now, like you get maybe like
Look,
reserves.
see, there goes Plumlee. See? Like I said,
Well, those guys don't care. They know they're gonna play next game anyways.
Vic told him something though on the way in too, and I know if any of the starters or any of these guys are going to be in there, they want to play super physical.
McCain's face. Justin, you like
Oh my
that
gosh.
one?
You probably gotta go make a TikTok about it or something. Look,
You
see
go
here.
make a TikTok about it.
Here's Biombo. See,
I got nailed in,
And
I
I
got
think-
nailed in the back by him.
I think Wimby,
Plumlee.
you know, mentioned something to those guys on the way in, and I think he told them, "Hey, man, get a little physical with these guys while you're in there." So,
Text just to say Plumlee got you.
Plumlee got you, Justin. Don't worry, he heard
He
you.
heard the message. He heard the message loud and
He
clear.
must be listening to our stream because Ben, as soon as Ben read the text,
We just
Plumlee said, "I got you."
said enough of that. We getting this boy out the game.
I mean, the bitch has got 3 centers in the game right
What's
now.
that? What's that movie? What's that longest yard when he tells the guy? He's like him out. He's like nah, out. Kowski. You know what he told me in the locker room?
Yeah, no, you don't want to do anything dirty and hurt nobody, but obviously,
Yeah.
these guys, they need to send a message. They're going to send a message.
Well, Bryant, do something dirty. Okay. Little hook shot. Layup.
Yeah, Brian, the one guy in right now that will get some meaningful minutes, but didn't get much tonight. He had a good little spurt, but we didn't see him in there too much tonight. So OKC's going to close it out here, and oh, that's not a foul, bro.
I think he hit his head on something like
Oh,
eating it.
it looked like Bismack blocked that. It was clean, but
Yeah, but I
unless
don't know
they
if
called
they
it
called
below.
They probably called.
I got the ball there. I don't
Yeah,
know
he
where the
blocked it
hell.
before the contact.
I mean, there's some body there, and then they usually don't call that if it's clean up top. So, whatever, man. So obviously we saw the Knicks sweep the Cavs last night, so they're sitting waiting for the winner of this series, and the finals doesn't start until next Wednesday, so a week from tomorrow we see in game 1 of the NBA Finals. So a long layoff for the New York Knicks.
Yeah, they got all the week.
Obviously they've been very hot. They've won 11 games in a row, I think it is. And
They had
so,
a long layoff though after the
Yeah.
series too.
Yeah, and actually they came out low against the Cavs. Remember the Cavs
Oh
went up
yeah,
20,
they were up 20 until the
and
fourth
then New
quarter.
York came back, and they didn't look back after that. They won 4 in a row, so we'll see. But New York seems to be playing well. And to see them dominate like they have in closeout games especially is pretty impressive, even though the East isn't that strong. Obviously, either one of these teams is going to be a step up in competition, a level up in talent.
Big time.
But New York has a pretty good starting squad and a couple bench guys that, they can match up with anybody in the NBA. So I don't expect it to be a sweep or anything like that. I do think New York, especially with how hot they're playing, that they are going to have a chance to win some games against either team. And these teams are banged up. I mean, Jalen Williams is probably out for the playoffs.
They'll be lucky to get me.
So yeah, they'll be lucky to get Mitchell back for the finals if they make it. And so they're a little banged up too. And the Spurs, obviously, they have everybody, but we've seen that they've had a couple injuries in this series with Harper.
Yeah, and
Harper
Fox is
doesn't
not-
really look like
Fox
himself,
is not full.
and Fox definitely is not fully healthy. So it's an interview. Jack interview. On
Oh no, I have a.
That was when Shaq was doing an interview on. Don't worry. Oh yeah. Just still going.
Here.
Just exit out of it. That's funny.
I was like, where the fuck is Shaq coming from, bro? Shaq coming out of nowhere, bro. Just pops up.
All right, so Shea started off the game slow, but ends with 32 points. A lot of it was from the line early. He started getting to the line, started getting some fouls, and then he started getting in a rhythm. That's typically what we've seen from him throughout the season. So he did it again tonight. But really, obviously, the story was those OKC role players, making shots tonight and getting it going. Just tough for the Spurs, especially when you have De'Aaron Fox and Wemby, having tough shooting nights. Your two star players, your two scorers, the two go-to guys, really, you really can't put that load on Castle right now because he has to guard Shea as well on the other side, and then Harper obviously still banged up a little. Didn't really have the energy tonight that we previously. So it's a tough night all around for the Spurs. Even defensively, they struggled, giving up 70 and a half, giving up 103 quarters. They just struggled all around, and tonight was just a kind of an OKC-like game that we've seen from them for a long time now. And they definitely showed some championship pedigree, some experience tonight. Maybe got a little help from Tony Brothers, but at the end of the day, they definitely were the better team tonight because Fox and Abbott. Sometimes that happens. So, got Game 6 on Thursday. Obviously, a must-win for the Spurs. Win or stay home. It'll be here in San Antonio. So either they win or they'll just be staying home, and they'll be trying to hopefully get their bags packed for a Game 7 in OKC, and that's what we're all looking forward to. Hoping that we get 7 games. All bets are off. What happens from there, and that will be, I think, Saturday or Sunday. I don't know.
Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah, game 6 is Thursday. First win, then very well. And really, they just can't let OKC's role players pop off. Shea didn't even really have that great of a high score. Let too many. I feel like they let too many role players. Really got. I feel like if they key in maybe on
Winston.
on McCain and Caruso, kind of shut them down. I don't really mind Luke Dort, maybe other Jalen Williams and some of the other players get a few threes in there, but they can limit those threes or limit those two players to get threes and make them drivers. They could possibly.
Yeah, they're gonna have to make.
I don't know.
I'd probably go back to what we saw more in game 4. It seemed like they played a little bit more man-to-man on Shea.
Yeah.
Tonight they weren't
Well,
really
they only
able
trapped
to
him
do
when he
that.
got.
Yeah, and that's I think that was their game plan too. But tonight he was kicking it out, and again, it just comes down to OKC's role players hitting those shots because I think that's part of Mitch's game plan. That he's okay with some of these role players. Yeah, he's gonna live with some of these guys getting open looks. And right now they're making him pay, at least in the games that OKC's winning. But there has been a couple games that they haven't hit shots either, and the Spurs have been able to pull it out, like in Game 1 and in Game 4. So, obviously it goes either way. Role players play a little bit better at home, so I expect, especially in San Antonio, for San Antonio's role players to step up. And obviously, Wemby and Fox aren't going to have games like that. I expect them to have much better games. 6 to try to even it. So, it's gonna be tough for the Spurs. They haven't won back-to-back games in this series, and they're gonna have to do that on Thursday and Saturday if they want to advance to the NBA Finals. OKC is sitting pretty right now, and they're in a position they're familiar with. They're comfortable right now, and they may have found something tonight, being able to pull out this victory without J-Dub, without AJ Mitchell. Had their role players do enough offensive end to be able to pull this out, and it was honestly pretty comfortable throughout. After that first kind of run by the Spurs in the first quarter, OKC kind of took control, and they kind of had a stranglehold on this game for the remainder.
We've seen OKC a lot of teams do it. They would let those teams get early 10, 5-10 point lead, whatever. I'm just going into half, and they would just turn it on in the third, fourth quarter, and they would take over. They were able to do it against those teams. Obviously, the Spurs is a different animal. They can't do it against that. They got to turn it on a lot early. We've been seeing is, like Joel said, they first make that initial run and then back. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna see. I obviously winner go home for the Spurs, so Wemby's gonna play heavy minutes this next game. Wouldn't be surprised if he almost plays the whole first quarter. Definitely if they get off to a really good start to try to keep the lead up. But yeah, I mean, it was interesting to see how Mitch
I
plays it.
imagine they get on a plane as fast as they can tonight, try to get back here to San Antonio and just rest and all tomorrow so they can be ready to go on Thursday, because like Ben just said, Wemby's gonna have to play harder. He's gonna have to play more minutes. He's gonna have to get in the paint and just dominate, dude. Not settle for the outside jump.
They didn't he wasn't in the paint. They didn't throw enough passes to paint.
Yeah, he really wasn't getting position. I know he had bigger guys on him for the night, but then he still has to get better position. Be able to get some shots or one step. He's got such a long reach. He can take one step and get a layup or do something, but got to be in good position. Can't be above the elbow at the three-point line trying to take two dribbles and spin and get to the basket. It's not going to work for him right now. So, but this is all part of the Spurs' growth. I think we talked about this after game one as well. Very rare that we see teams make that automatic jump to go to the finals without facing that adversity, without facing another nemesis, a better team that they have to get through to get there. And OKC's that team for the Spurs. So whether it's this year or in the future, they're going to have to get through that juggernaut and get through that wall if they want to win a championship. And Shea right now is standing pat. It's not happening this year. But we still got one more game at least, maybe two more, we hope. Game 7, all bets are off at that point. Pressure goes back to OKC. Spurs can play a little bit free. You never know what can happen. It can end up being like game 1 all over. So it was hope for that, but see what happens.
That would be crazy to see a game 7 going to double over. Which is possible. I mean, these two teams, they match up that well. I mean, I straight up said it in the beginning of the series, early in the series in game 1. I said it multiple times. I could see the Spurs winning in 6. I could see OKC winning in 6. I could see the Spurs winning in 7. I could see OKC winning. How close these are, my eyes. Definitely with the injuries with OKC, knocking them down a little. They're just so deep.
Yeah. Well, the last 2 games we've seen have kind of been blowouts. So hopefully the next one or the next 2 hopefully are going to be good close games. Yeah. If the Spurs blow them out next game, we probably wouldn't mind because game 7. But we do want to see hopefully 2 games next. But it's all going to ride on the role players of the Thunder. Are they going to hit shots or are they not? Is Mitch going to change up or tweak his game plan? We're going to see in game 6.
Yep.
We're definitely going to need bigger games out of De'Aaron Fox and B, as far as scoring wise. But other than that, man, so long from JB Ball Talk. Appreciate you guys joining us tonight. We hope y'all enjoyed the game, enjoyed the stream. Anybody who stuck with us, we'll be trying to get on here in the future. And let's just hope for a game 7, man. I think all NBA fans deserve 7 games of this series here. So hopefully the Spurs can pull it out in 6 and we can get to 7. But we appreciate you all joining us tonight.
Yeah.
Y'all got any questions or anything? Y'all shout us out in the chat. Give the video a like if you're still here. We appreciate it. But other than that, try to join us next time we hop on the stream.
Yeah, we'll see what's up Thursday. We might be on. If not, see what's up. Obviously, it could be game 7 too. Might go out and do some interviews, depending on how the weather is. It's raining right now, but hit or miss in Texas right now. But yeah, appreciate everybody tuning in. Like Joel said, catch you next time.